With big deal certificates to local businesses.
Shop and save with big deals at hometownlive.net. That's hometownlive.net.
Hi, I'm Fred Sizemore. And at Stuart Powell Ford Mazda, our award-winning service department is here to keep you moving with world-class customer care. We're proud to serve not only our friends and neighbors, but also the vehicles that keep our community safe, from police and EMS to fire departments. With free pickup and delivery, plus a convenient shuttle service, we make it easy to keep your car or truck in top shape.
We make it easy. We make it easy.
We make it easy.
At Stuart Powell Ford Mazda, service isn't just what we do, it's who we are.
It's 7:07.
The WHBN weather forecast is brought to you by Harrodsburg's new food, snack, and drink convenience store, Harry's Market on Office Street. Now offering Hunt's Brothers Pizza. It's Harry's Market.
Good morning. I have your WHBN weather forecast. Looks like today is going to be overcast with a high of around 70. Winds are going to be up about 15 to 25 miles per hour and could gust a little stronger than that. Now tonight, rain showers move in for a little while, then they'll clear up overnight. Low of 49, your chance of rain will be 60%. Sunday, mostly sunny with a high of 56. Sunday night, mostly clear, low of 29. Your week looks like this. Monday, sunny with a high of 55. Tuesday, 70% chance of rain with a high of 54. Wednesday, cloudy with a high of 62. Thursday, 80% chance of light rain with a high of 63. And Friday, 70% chance of rain showers with a high of 62. We currently are showing 57 degrees at the station this morning. Not too bad out there. So it's going to be cloudy today, the overcast before the rain moves in tonight. Probably some scattered showers. You know how it goes around Kentucky, especially this time of year. We have coming up for you some music. We'll have the Sports Saturday report. We'll have the statewide and local news for you at the bottom of the hour. So be sure to stick with us this morning right here on WHBN. Harrodsburg, the Rooster.
All day and all night, we're serving up classic country on AM 1420 and 99.5 FM.
Me and some of the boys were sitting around the other night. Started talking about politics, religion, love, and life. And what a shame it was about 9/11. And what about hell? And what about heaven? And is there or isn't there angels here on earth? And then one guy said, well, you can take that for what it's worth. If it's something I can see or something I can touch, well, I might believe in all that stuff. So I just had to say to him, are you telling me you've never seen an angel, never felt the presence of one standing by? No robe of white, no halo in sight. Well, you missed the most obvious thing. Man, are you blind? Just look in your mother's eyes. And then I said, who went through the pain and smiled through the tears on the day of your birth? She counted your fingers and toes. Thank God you were whole. Son, you ought to know who loved you first. That's right. And who always came running every time you cried out. And how many more things have you forgotten about? And who tried their best to teach you wrong from right? And how many nights did she leave on a light while she waited and prayed till you came in? And who'll be there for you right up to the end. Think about it now. Are you telling me you've never seen an angel, never felt the presence of one standing by? No robe of white, no halo in sight. Well, you missed the most obvious thing. Ah, man, are you blind? Just look in your mother's eyes. Ah, man, are you blind? Just look in your mother's eyes. That's right.
WHBN.
Oh, all the things our mothers do for us. Over the years, I don't know how I would have been lost without mine. And if you've never experienced a good mother, I really feel for you, because there's nothing like it. A mother's love is just amazing. And I think about the times mine probably worried about me while I was out running around at night and all that good stuff. Worried to death. Wasn't really doing much of anything, but they still worry. If you have a birthday or anniversary you'd like to get on the air, please give me a call at the station, 859-734-4321. We'll get you added on the DQ birthday list. Radio Rick will give those away when he gets back. Got a pretty long list for him, and we'll see who he selects. So we'll get you on that list. And I believe he will be back Monday, so Friday he will be giving away the DQ birthday cake. He'll look off those lists and pick a lucky winner, and we'll be back on the regular schedule. I hope you got sunburnt and jellyfish bit in Texas. Nah. Just kidding, Rick. We love you. Sports Saturday Report coming up next right here on WHBN.
Country and more. WHBN.
Welcome to the weekend here at the Kentucky News Network. That means we got a lot of sports, right? I'm going in Lexington last night.
Garrison straight away, hands it to Owe. Bounce pass down low, turn, dunk, Diabate. Pretty bounce pass from Owe, away from the defender.
Number 9, Kentucky dominating Eastern Illinois last night, rolling to a 99-52 win over the Panthers. Mo Diabate led the way with 20 points and 11 rebounds. Afterwards, he caught up with Grey Goose Givens and admitted, yeah, they needed this one.
The game that we needed very bad, coming off a loss. We had practice the next day, and we talked about the things that we need to work on as a team, and defense was one of those things. And we told ourselves we're going to come out and try to be the best defensive team we can and hold them to as many stops and kills as we can, and we did it.
It's a big one now at 3-1. To take on Tom Izzo and Michigan State on Tuesday. Over to college football now in front of over 51,000 last night at L&N Stadium in Louisville. The Cards, down 1 with just 4:11 remaining.
To the lead. Ranvier's kick, no good. And that one you can put right on the shoulders of number 7, Miller Moss.
Former Frederick Douglass standout sophomore kicker Cooper Renvier missed that field goal after Miller Moss was sacked on 3rd down. Louisville falls 20-19. Miller Moss threw for 212 yards and rushed for a score. Louisville hits the road next week to take on SMU. And horse racing, the fall meet continues at Churchill Downs today. Trainer Brendan Walsh is wrapping up a career year with 116 wins and more than $13.8 million in earnings. He's got a barn stacked with talent that includes Lush Lips. The Grade 1 star was on target for the November 28th Mrs. Revere. Today, though, it's the Grade 3 Chaluki Stakes. The 8-5 morning line favorite is Ragtime, trained by Hall of Famer Bill Mott and ridden by the great Junior Alvarado. I'm Scott Fitzgerald.
This is the Kentucky News. Farmers are the heart of our communities, and now their health is front and center. The Heiser Hearing Institute's Kentucky Hears program is proud to partner with the Kentucky Department of Agriculture's Raising Hope initiative, bringing mobile hearing clinics and vital health resources directly to rural communities. Together, we're breaking down barriers to care, because every Kentuckian deserves to be heard, and every farmer deserves hope. Learn more at kyhears.org.
Do you have an invention idea but don't know what to do next? Call InventHelp today. We have representatives nationwide who will explain the InventHelp process step by step. Over 10,000 patents have been secured through InventHelp's patent referral services. The InventHelp data bank includes thousands of companies who have agreed to review new ideas. We've been helping inventors since 1984. Let's help you next. Get started today.
Call us for free information at 1-800-558-5497. Again, 1-800-558-5497.
Are you looking to increase sales, get more customers, and grow your business? Hi, Don here, your small business marketing expert. If you run a business and haven't tried radio yet, here's what you need to know. Radio is everywhere. Weekly online radio consumption among listeners has grown from 12% in 2007 to 68% today. And not only does radio dominate the internet, in the car, radio destroys the competition. Radio accounted for 87% of all ad-supported in-car listening. People don't surf the net, watch TV, or read newspapers while driving. Also, if your budget is affordable, it beats the internet, TV, billboard, and all other media in ROI. Your dollars reach more people and work harder with radio. So are you ready to increase sales, get more customers, and grow your business? Call us today.
Promote your business to thousands of potential customers every week. To learn more, go online to advertisecentralkentucky.com. That's advertisecentralkentucky.com.
As the cornerstone of a free society, the Mercer County Public Library serves the entire community as a center that meets learning and recreational needs through quality materials and service in an atmosphere that's welcoming and respectful. The Mercer County Public Library offers a variety of free materials and services, such as books, magazines, CDs, DVDs, audiobooks, newspapers, computers with internet access, programs, and workshops. To be in the know, go to your Mercer County Public Library, West Lexington Street, open Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday 9 to 5, Tuesday and Thursday 9 to 7:30.
Darling, I bought you a new vacuum cleaner from the WHBN swap shop. You know, you plug them in and they pick up dust and dirt.
Good, because I bought you a chainsaw from the swap shop. It cuts the dead trees out back.
Well, I bought you a new iron from the swap shop. Don't touch the hot side.
Hey, here's the new power drill from the swap shop. Honey, you hold the part that doesn't spin.
Well, here's the new washer from the swap shop. Be careful you don't fall in and get wet.
Listen to the Swap Shop Monday through Friday after the 3 o'clock news on FM 99.5 and AM 1420 WHBN.
It's 7:20.
The WHBN weather forecast is brought to you by the Old Bus Station Restaurant, offering good old-fashioned home cooking. Open for breakfast at 6 weekdays and Saturday at 8. The Old Bus Station Restaurant on South Greenville Street in Harrodsburg.
Good morning. I have your WHBN weather forecast. Today will be overcast with a high of around 70. Your winds will be southwest at 15 to 25 miles per hour and could gust a little stronger than that. So be aware of that. You're out today. Tonight, rain showers this evening. Then it will clear up overnight, low of 49. Your chance of rain will be 60%. Your winds are still going to be 10 to 20 miles per hour. Sunday, mostly sunny with a high of 56. Sunday night, mostly clear sky, low of 29. Next week, little rain moves in. Monday, sunny with a high of 55. Tuesday, you got a 70% chance of rain with a high of 54. Wednesday, cloudy with a high of 62. Thursday, got an 80% chance of light rain with a high of 63. And Friday, 70% chance of rain showers with a high of 62. So, little rain and some more rain. Currently showing 57 degrees out there. It's going to be a nice day today, even though it's overcast. So, get outside and enjoy yourself. We're not going to have too many more days like this. It's going to have a decent temperature, and you can get out and do a few things. So you got some yard cleaning you need to finish. Got some things you need to do. Right now would be a good time to do it. We got some music coming your way. We'll have statewide and local news for you at the bottom of the hour. So stick with me right here on WHBN, Harrodsburg, The Rooster.
Listen to us on your smart speaker. Ask to play WHBN, The Rooster.
It's the first time that I've been here since I was here with him. I remember all the wildflowers waving in the wind. Life was an undiscovered river I was jumping in head first. It was sink or swim, do or die, sneaking out on summer nights, stealing wine from my paw, the thrill of not getting caught. And now and then I miss those days, but coming back to this place, I realize it ain't him I miss. It's that young girl, wide-eyed first love, one-time innocence. Yeah. We ran off to the cornfield just outside the county fair. There were butterflies in my stomach and fireflies in the air. We tried hard not to show it, oh, but he was just as scared as me. And it was sink or swim, do or die, sneaking out on summer nights, stealing wine from my paw, the thrill of not getting caught. And now and then I miss those days, but coming back to this place, I realize it ain't him I miss. It's that young girl, wide-eyed first love, one-time innocence. Yeah, and coming here has made me come to this. The one thing I can't get back is the one thing I miss. Yeah, and it was breaking rules, flying blind. What you see through younger eyes, it wasn't what I thought it was. Man, I swore he was the one. And now and then I miss those days, but coming back to this place, I realize it ain't him I miss. It's that young girl, wide-eyed first love, one-time innocence. Yeah, it's that young girl, wide-eyed first love, one-time innocence. Yeah, it's that innocence. Sweet like a kiss, sharp like a razor blade. I find you when I'm close to the bottom. You can't appreciate the time it takes to kick a love out of you was kind of wrong. And as I'm putting out the flame, somebody brings up your name. Oh, 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 baby, 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 bring me down. Wanna be right where you are. Baby, 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 bring me down. You can look me in the eye and break my heart, break my
WHBN, your country.
We're so excited. Nice weather's here, and we're going to wet our plants. Buddy Beaver here. Mulch to Go now has Rock to Go. Yes, we've been busy little beavers and expanded to add landscape, rock, sand, topsoil, compost, and more. We have a wide selection to choose from in both bulk and bags. Stop by Mulch to Go for your landscape needs from pine nuggets, pine straw, cedar, cypress, and playground chips too.
Mulch to Go opens at 9 a.m. Monday through Saturday.
Call 859-715-7575.
They're located in Harrodsburg on the corner of 127 and Beaumont Avenue. Mulch to Go.
Mulch to Go.
Is your driveway ready for Old Man Winter? You depend on your driveway, especially in the winter months, to get in and out of your home. Mercer Stone specializes in quality stone for your driveway. Mercer Stone's special this month is Ditz Grade or Crushed Stone, $1 off per ton. That's right, $1 off per ton. Mercer Stone is a supplier of all types of stone. Call them or visit them on Bergen Road in Harrodsburg. Don't forget, Mercer Stone special for the month, $1 off per ton, quality Ditz Grade or Crushed Stone. At Mercer Stone, we will rock you.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
A Robertson County judge has ruled that Toralina Fields is competent to stand trial for the brutal killing of her mother. Two mental health professionals testified that Fields understands the legal process and can assist in her own defense. Evaluators said she was in a psychotic state at the time of her arrest, possibly drug-induced, due to the rapid onset and subsequent resolution of her symptoms. They also reviewed her history, including prior arrests where competency was questioned in other states, but noted there is no evidence of a severe brain injury. A pretrial hearing is set for December 8th as prosecutors continue to review the evidence. In Lexington, a University of Kentucky law professor has filed a federal lawsuit against the university after he was reassigned from his teaching duties. Ramsey Woodcock argues the school retaliated against him for his public comments criticizing the Israeli government and calling for its end. The university says his speech created a hostile environment and that he was reassigned while an internal investigation continues. Woodcock claims that he has not called for violence, that his research falls within his academic expertise, and that the university's actions violate his First Amendment rights. He seeks both reinstatement and damages. And finally, a federal bankruptcy judge has approved a national $7.4 billion settlement with Purdue Pharma. Kentucky will receive more than $73 million as part of the deal, bringing the state's total opioid-related recovery to more than $1 billion. The agreement requires the Sackler family to relinquish control of Purdue, which will be restructured as a new company directing future profits toward opioid response programs. Half of Kentucky's share will go to the Opioid Abatement Advisory Commission. The remainder will be distributed to local governments for treatment, recovery, and prevention efforts. I'm Travis Laird.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
What's the best way to get rid of a timeshare that you don't want? Call the Timeshare Exit Hotline. We're a group of attorneys who help customers legally exit their timeshares. It's an easy process. We guarantee results or you pay nothing.
800-932-1673. 800-932-1673. That's 800-932-1673.
Make this Christmas unforgettable with Trans-Siberian Orchestra, live in concert, presenting The Ghosts of Christmas Eve, The Best of TSO and more. A fusion of rock and classical with a heartwarming Christmas tale. December 10th, Rupp Arena. Reserve seats on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. Trans-Siberian Orchestra, live in concert.
It's time for the news, all about your neighbors and probably about you. It's your local news, presented by
First Financial Bank.
Monday through Saturday.
This is a Hometown Radio Network information update. Kentucky Attorney General Russell Coleman has filed a motion asking the Franklin County Circuit Court to overrule Governor Andy Beshear and make him sign a death warrant for Ralph Bays. Bays has been in prison for the last 30-plus years for killing two Powell County officers. In the Coleman motion, he says that a 15-year-old court order blocking the death penalty does not apply to Bays, and that Beshear's interpretation of the law denies justice to the families affected. Next week, November 17th through 21st, is Crash Responder Safety Week, and you're reminded to slow down, move over, and stay alert to keep first responders safe. Kentucky's Slow Down, Move Over law was expanded in July of last year to protect not only first responders, but anyone in distress on the side of the road. The updated version of the law requires drivers to move over a lane or slow down when approaching a stationary vehicle displaying flashing lights or warning signals. I'm Joe Mathis.
What does it mean to believe in something, to truly support and get behind it, to be committed and invested in making sure it succeeds and grows? At First Financial Bank, we go beyond banking, providing resources for dreams that matter and giving back to projects that make a difference. As our family grows, our commitment to serve the community grows with it. First Financial Bank, because together, we're better. First Financial Bank, member FDIC.
Located in Harrodsburg at the corner of College and Childs.
Here are the obituaries. Nancy Manning, age 84 of Harrodsburg, died Thursday. She was the widow of Donald Manning. No services are scheduled at this time. Ransdell Funeral Chapel is in charge of the arrangements. Faye Elizabeth White, age 90 of Harrodsburg, died last Wednesday. She was the widow of Herbert White. Visitation is Tuesday from 5 until 7 and Wednesday from 7 until the time of the service at 1 o'clock at Alexander and Royalty Funeral Home. And those today's obituaries on AM 1420 and 99.5 FM WHBN.
What does it mean to believe in something, to truly support and get behind it, to be committed and invested in making sure it succeeds and grows? At First Financial Bank, we go beyond banking, providing resources for dreams that matter and giving back to projects that make a difference. As our family grows, our commitment to serve the community grows with it. First Financial Bank, because together, we're better. First Financial Bank, member FDIC.
Located in Harrodsburg at the corner of College and Childs.
That's the news for today, presented by
First Financial Bank.
Childs and College in Harrodsburg.
WHBN Harrodsburg.
When I was 16, I knew everything. Opportunity grew on trees. I'd taste them, waste them, and do it all again. 10 feet tall, invincible. I felt short on principle. A rebellion, yeah, that was me back then. Burned by my mistakes. A phoenix I rose from the flames. Now I'm doing it right. I saw the light. Sun came up in the middle of the night. Been doing it wrong for so long. I sure ought to know what it finally feels like to be doing it, doing it, doing it, doing it right. When this fool came tumbling down, 180-degree turnaround, revelation, salvation, made me what I am. Every day I fight the war, and each day I'm winning more, yeah. 'Cause I'm doing it right, I saw the light, the sun came up in the middle of the night. Been doing it wrong for so long. Oh, ought to know what it finally feels like to be doing it, doing it, doing it, doing it right. Every now and then I'm tempted, but I don't jump the fences now. I keep doing it right. I saw the light, sun came up in the middle of the night. Been doing it wrong for so long. I sure ought to know what it finally feels like to be doing it, doing it, doing it, doing it, doing it right. I saw the light, the sun came up in the middle of the night. Been doing it wrong for so long. I sure ought to know what it finally feels like. I sure ought to know what it finally feels like. I sure ought to know what it finally feels like to be doing it, doing it, doing it, doing it right. like red on a rose. When your lips first smiled at me, I was captured instantly. To each his own. Like blue in the sky, the gaze of your willing eyes touch something deep inside. The truth be known, that I love you like only little children love pennies. And I love you 'cause I know that I can't do anything wrong. You're where I belong, like red on a rose. And I love you like only little children love pennies. And I love you like good times, of which I've known many. And I love you 'cause I know you give me a heart of my own. You make my blood flow like red on a rose.
Enjoy the country classics on WHBN, on AM 1420 and now on FM 99.5.
Pioneer Pawn Shop is Harrodsburg's answer in getting cash fast. See how much cash you can get for your items, whether it's silver, gold, or anything of value. Looking to sell or to get a loan? Pioneer Pawn has the cash for you. When getting a loan, there's no stress. Pioneer Pawn works with you. Top dollar loans. Pioneer Pawn Shop is Harrodsburg's answer in getting cash fast. Visit Pioneer Pawn in Harrodsburg on North College Street, next to Dr. Jennifer Nichols' dentistry office. Come by when Pioneer Pawn Shop.
Seniors, you'll give thanks for these great November savings at your Harrisburg DQ Grill and Chill. Every Monday in November, seniors 55 and older will eat for half price. Exclude only items on sale like the $7 meal deal and 2 for 5 items. But the half price discount does include soft serve. Half price discount good from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. New is a Holiday Nog Shake, Peppermint Bark Blizzards, and Pumpkin Pie Blizzard. November is senior month at your Harrisburg DQ Grill and Chill, where happy tastes good.
It's 7:43.
The WHBN weather forecast is brought to you by Horn Home Supply, a trusted name for quality service and a fair price for over 40 years. See Matt Horn at Horn Home Supply in Harrodsburg, South College Street.
I have your WHBN weather forecast. Looks like today is going to be overcast with a high of 70. Wind's going to be 15 to 25 miles per hour. Could gust a little stronger than that. Tonight, rain showers this evening with clearing overnight with a low of 49. Chance of rain 60% this evening. Sunday, mostly sunny with a high of 56. Sunday night, mostly clear sky, low of 29. Your week's going to have some rain in it. Looks like Monday, though, will be sunny with a high of 55. Tuesday, you got a 70% chance of rain showers with a high of 54. Wednesday, cloudy with a high of 62. Thursday, you've got an 80% chance of light rain with a high of 63. And Friday, you've got a 70% chance of rain showers with a high of 62. Currently 58 degrees out there this morning. It's going to be nice. Not much sunshine, but still nice. Get yourselves outside and do those last-minute things you need to do before winter gets here. We got some holidays and things coming up. Maybe you need to clean the house up before Thanksgiving when the family comes over. You know, that way you won't be embarrassed and the wife won't chew you out.
When you're away from your radio, listen to WHBN online at hometownlive.net.
Welcome to the weekend here at the Kentucky News Network. That means we got a lot of sports, right? I'm Scott Fitzgerald. Let's get you going in Lexington last night.
Garrison straight away, hands it to Owe. Bounce pass down low, turn, dunk, Diabate. Pretty bounce pass from Owe away from the defender.
Number 9, Kentucky dominating Eastern Illinois last night, rolling to a 99-52 win over the Panthers. Mo Diabate led the way with 20 points and 11 rebounds. Afterwards, he caught up with Grey Goose Gibbons and admitted, yeah, they needed this one.
The game that we needed very bad. Coming off a loss, we had practice the next day, and we talked about the things that we need to work on as a team, and defense was one of those things, and we told ourselves we're going to come out and try to be the best defensive team we can and hold them to as many stops and kills as we can, and and we did it.
It's a big one now at 3-1. Kentucky heads to the Big Apple to take on Tom Izzo and Michigan State on Tuesday. Over to college football now in front of over 51,000 last night at L&N Stadium in Louisville. The Cards, down 1 with just 4:11 remaining.
To the lead. Ranvier's kick, no good. And that one you can put right on the shoulders of number 7, Miller Moss.
Former Frederick Douglass standout sophomore kicker Cooper Renvier missed that field goal after Miller Moss was sacked on 3rd down. Louisville falls 20-19. Miller Moss threw for 212 yards and rushed for a score. Louisville hits the road next week to take on SMU. And horse racing, the fall meet continues at Churchill Downs today. Trainer Brendan Walsh is wrapping up a career year with 116 wins and more than 13.8 in earnings. He's got a barn stacked with talent that includes Lush Lips. The Grade 1 star was on target for the November 28th Mrs. Revere. Today, though, it's the Grade 3 Chaluki Stakes. The 8-5 morning line favorite is Ragtime, trained by Hall of Famer Bill Mott and ridden by the great Junior Alvarado. I'm Scott Fitzgerald.
This is the Kentucky News Network. Kentucky's farmers are the heart of our communities. Now their health is front and center. The Heiser Hearing Institute's Kentucky Hears program is proud to partner with the Kentucky Department of Agriculture's Raising Hope initiative, bringing mobile hearing clinics and vital health resources directly to rural communities. Together, we're breaking down barriers to care, because every Kentuckian deserves to be heard, and every farmer deserves hope. Learn more at kyhears.org.
Do you have an invention idea but don't know what to do next? Call InventHelp today. We have representatives nationwide who will explain the InventHelp process step by step. Over 10,000 patents have been secured through InventHelp's patent referral services. The InventHelp Databank includes thousands of companies who have agreed to review new ideas. We've been helping inventors since 1984. Let's help you next. Get started today.
Call us for free information at 1-800-558-5497. Again, 1-800-558-5497.
Do you have Medicare and do you use a CPAP machine? This is a national healthcare alert regarding your CPAP supplies. Using a clean CPAP mask and clean supplies is important to staying healthy. The best way to make sure your CPAP equipment is clean is to get new supplies. If you have Medicare, we have great news. Medicare will pay for you to have new clean supplies every 90 days. We'll even do all the paperwork for you to make sure that there's little to no out-of-pocket cost to you. And you don't even have to leave your home. We provide free in-home delivery. So if you're a CPAP user and you have Medicare, staying healthy with new CPAP equipment is easy. Just make this free phone call right now to get started.
Call the CPAP hotline now, 800-399-4840. 800-399-40. 899-4840. Copays and deductibles apply. Supplies are replaced in accordance with Medicare guidelines.
You're great, Central Kentucky, rich in history and tradition. Mercer County was one of the 9 original counties established by Virginia and was founded in 1786. Formed from roughly 250 square miles of Lincoln County, it was named after General Hugh Mercer, a soldier killed in the American Revolution. Settlement of historic Mercer County began 12 years earlier in 1774 by James Harrod, a Pennsylvania native. Although settlement was successful, work in the county didn't last long. American Indians living in the area were frightened by the sight of new people in their territory. Work in the newly founded county had to be suspended due to hostility between American Indians and the settlers. Religion also played a big role within Mercer County. A small village called Pleasant Hill became home to the Shakers. 200 years later, historic Mercer County boasts the first permanent settlement in Kentucky, Harrodsburg, named after the aforementioned James Harrod. The Hometown Radio Network is proud to serve our listeners in Central Kentucky. Thanks for listening.
You'll discover smooth savings at your Napa of Harrodsburg. Napa Performer battery, 18 months free replacement, just $132.99. Mobil 1 Advanced Fuel Economy Motor Oil, synthetic, 5 quarts, start at $34.99. Mobil 1 High Mileage Motor Oil 5W30, full synthetic, 5 quarts, U.S., $35.99. Napa Full Synthetic Oil, 5 quarts for $22.99. Napa Performer Beam Wiper Blades, starting at $9.14. Your one-stop shop for real savings at your Harrodsburg Napa, located on North College Street.
Are you considering a new home purchase or maybe a remodel? Are you looking for a stable partner you can trust to help you understand your options? This is Jason Tyler. I'm a loan officer at Whitaker Bank in Harrodsburg. As part of your community, I'm here to help you understand the best options for you today and in the future. Give me a call at 859-734-3316 and let me show you what Uniquely Kentucky means. Whitaker Bank is Uniquely Kentucky, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
On the Dave Ramsey Show, life happens every day.
Judy, in Michigan, my husband's 59, I'm 49. I read Total Money Makeover, your book, and it has given me hope. I've started a real budget, the dead snowball, and I'm using the envelope system, and I funded my emergency fund. My husband calls me a Dave Ramsey warrior. But at 59 and 49, are we too late? Yes, you're too old. Of course you're not too late, you goober.
Hear the Dave Ramsey Show every Sunday morning and Sunday night on WHIR AM 1230.
WHBN.
Tension in the air so damn thick, you could cut it with a knife, stir it with a stick. It's like Mississippi mud when it gets in your blood. The steam's rolling up off a blacktop street, sweating like a sinner with a front pew seat in the church house, hot enough to run the devil out. Here I am thinking about the preacher man's daughter with the hair as black as the bayou water, and her Louisiana love. Hot summer night, 105 degrees Fahrenheit, feeling the heat underneath that Cajun moon. Taking our time, moving real slow, building a fire and watching it grow until it's burning out of control. A hot pot of crawfish boiling reddish, breaks off a tail, sucks on the head, and hands one to me. Ooh, we sneak to the dock, grab a hickory pole, and lay out a blanket in her papa's P-row and float away down to the Poncho train. But try and keep it quiet, be a little cautious, I'd be alligator bait if the preacher man caught us making Louisiana love. Hot summer night, 105 degrees Fahrenheit, feeling the heat underneath that Cajun moon. Taking our time, moving real slow, building a fire control, Louisiana love. Like the fire burning in my soul, that's Louisiana love. Louisiana love, Louisiana love. Don't you know, girl, that I can't get enough. Louisiana love, Louisiana love. Don't you know, girl, that I can't get enough. I can't get enough. A little bit of guitar, a little bit of truck, a little bit of hound dog, and a little bit of luck. A little bit of bacon, a little bit of beans, a little bit of you loving up on me, a little bit of how it's beat, a little bit of moon, a little bit of radio, boom, boom, boom. A little bit of sugar, a little bit of spice, a little bit of nasty, a little bit of nice, a little bit of how it's supposed to be, a little bit of life. I breathe in, I breathe out, yeah, sleeping all night with the windows down. Up in the morning, stirring around, drink a pot of coffee and I head off to town. Work, work, work all day long, crank it up, back it up, bring it on home. Supper on the table and then we snuggle on the porch by the pale moonlight. A little bit of me and you doing all right. A little bit of life. A little bit of tractor. A little bit of farm. A little bit of cornfield. And a little bit of barn. A little bit of come on. A little bit of play. A little bit of yeehaw in the hay. A Dixie cup of homemade wine. A little bit of life. I breathe in, I breathe out. Yeah, sleeping all night with the windows down. Up in the morning, stirring around. Drink a pot of coffee and I head off to town. Work, work, work all day long. Crank it up, back it up, bring it on home. Supper on the table and I get by. Then we snuggle on the porch by the pale moonlight. A little bit of me and you doing all right. A little bit of life. A little bit of back porch, a little bit of swing, a little bit of wind chimes are going ding-a-ling. A little bit of TV, a little bit of couch, popcorn smelling up the house. I'll mowed on a little slice of homemade pie. A little bit of life. I breathe in, I breathe out. Yeah, sleeping all night with the windows down. Up in the morning, stirring around. Drink a pot of coffee and I head off to town. Work, work, work all day long. Crank it up, back it up, bring it on home. Supper on the table and I eat me a bite. Then we snuggle on the porch by the pale moonlight. A little bit of me and you doing all right. A little bit of life. A little bit of me and you doing all right. A little bit of life. Yeah, a little bit of life. A little bit of guitar, a little bit of truck, a little bit of hound dog, a little bit of luck, a little bit of backseat, a little bit of moon, a little bit of radio, boom, 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 a little bit of bacon, a little bit of beans, a little bit of you loving up on me, a little bit of come on.
All the great country classics are on WHBN AM 1420 and now FM 99.5.
Stick with us through the 8 o'clock hour. You will have Gardening with James after the news, followed by What's Happening Goldie. 9 o'clock hour, you'll have me back. No breakfast with the coaches until basketball starts. So I'll be playing some tunes for you. Hopefully have some cool things to talk about. maybe even entertain you just a little bit. 10 o'clock hour, you got personal effects, followed by the message of grace. 11 o'clock hour, the International Sunday School lesson. Full day for you, so stick with us right here on WHBN.
This is WHBN Harrodsburg, The Rooster, broadcasting on AM 1420 and now FM 99.5. Now, the news.
NBC Radio, I'm Scott Carr. Millions are under flood watches in Southern California as an atmospheric river slams into the west coast. More than 20 million in the Los Angeles area are bracing for torrential downpours, flash flooding, debris flows, and potential mudslides, especially areas burned recently by wildfires. Evacuation orders are in place in several communities around LA County. President Trump is pulling his support of a former MAGA darling, Congresswoman from Georgia, Marjorie Taylor Greene, whom Trump called on social media Friday a ranting lunatic, claiming she's gone far left and saying he'd support a primary challenger to Greene. This after Greene signed a discharge petition to force a vote on releasing files related to convicted sex trafficker Jeffrey Epstein. A college football coach featured on the Netflix docuseries Last Chance U has died after being shot on Thursday. Jim Forbes has the latest.
Police in Oakland say Coach John Beam died Friday morning. Piedmont Police Chief Frederick Shavy says Beam was more than a coach.
He was a father figure to thousands of not only men but young women in our community. I know that I am not eloquent enough to put into words the indelible mark that Coach Beam has left on so many.
Beam was shot on the Laney College campus. A suspect, 27-year-old Cedric Irving Jr., in connection with the shooting. Police say Irving knew Beam and believed the shooting was a targeted incident. I'm Jim Forbes.
The White House is hoping the price of coffee will drop after tariffs are lowered on 4 Latin American countries. Announcing Thursday it had agreed to frameworks for trade deals with Argentina, Guatemala, Ecuador, and El Salvador. Channels owned by Disney are coming back to YouTube. Disney and YouTube TV have finalized a multi-year distribution deal that will restore Disney's portfolio to the streaming platform, including ESPN and ABC. Scott Carr, NBC News Radio.
What's the best way to timeshare that you don't want? Call the Timeshare Exit Hotline. We're a group of attorneys that help customers legally exit their timeshares. It's an easy process. We guarantee results or you pay nothing. Exit your timeshare today. Call now.
800-932-1673. 800-932-1673. That's 800-932-1673.
Make this Christmas unforgettable with Trans-Siberian Orchestra, live in concert, presenting The Ghosts of Christmas Eve, the best of TSO and more. A fusion of rock and classical with a heartwarming Christmas tale. December 10th, Rupp Arena. Reserve seats on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. Trans-Siberian Orchestra, live in concert.
President Trump is again pushing back on claims that he was close to convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein, telling reporters last night the whole thing is a Democratic hoax and that if his political opponents had anything incriminating, they would have used it before last year's election. Trump also called for an investigation into Epstein's links to Democrats. This as Trump's names appeared in recently released emails connected to the Epstein files. It was a mixed day in trading on Wall Street Friday, which, as Scott Pringle tells us, capped off a turbulent week in trading.
Tech stocks edged higher as the Nasdaq snapped a 3-day losing streak. Looking ahead, investors are anticipating the release of key economic data next week. That includes the September jobs report as the U.S. government reopens for business. At the closing bell, the Dow Jones Industrial Average fell 309 points to 47,147. The S&P 500 lost 3 points. The Nasdaq gained 30 points to 22,900.
In San Diego, a lawsuit that claims forced labor by Bumblebee Tuna is moving forward. Jack Cronin has that.
4 Indonesian workers have filed claims of forced labor and human trafficking against San Diego-based Bumblebee Tuna.
The Union Tribune says the judge has ruled the case can move forward to a trial. The lawsuit says the company knew its fishing boats were using debt bondage and physical abuse against the workers. I'm Jack Cronin.
Health officials in Grays Harbor County, Washington, confirm a human case of bird flu, a variant they say that's never been detected in humans. Though they say the risk to the public is low, an investigation is ongoing. In New York City, officials have unveiled a new ball to be dropped on Times Square this New Year's Eve. There'll be a ball-raising ceremony Monday to show the public the 9th version of the New Year's ball since the Times Square tradition started in 1907. The new ball's got more than 5,200 Waterford crystals, nearly twice the amount of its predecessor. Scott Carr, NBC News Radio.
This is a Hometown Radio Network information update. Kentucky Attorney General Russell Coleman has filed a motion asking the Franklin County Circuit Court to overrule Governor Andy Beshear and make him sign a death warrant for Ralph Bays. Bays has been in prison for the last 30-plus years for killing 2 Powell County officers. In the Coleman motion, he says that a 15-year-old court order blocking the death penalty does not apply to Bays and that Beshear's interpretation of the law denies justice to the families affected. Next week, November 17th through 21st, is Crash Responder Safety Week, and you're reminded to slow down, move over, and stay alert to keep first responders safe. Kentucky's Slow Down, Move Over law was expanded in July of last year to protect not only first responders, but anyone in distress on the side of the road. The updated version of the law requires drivers to move over a lane or slow down when approaching a stationary vehicle displaying flashing lights or warning signals. I'm Joe Mathis.
Hello, this is Dr. Matthew Duggar, optometrist and owner of Matthew Duggar Eye Care in Harrodsburg. We're currently accepting new patients and would love to be your next eye care provider. I take pride in every aspect of your visit to fit your eye care needs. We accept vision and medical insurances, including Medicare, Medicaid, Vision Service Plan, and IMED. We have very competitive discount private pay pricing for the exam and glasses. We are located in Corral Business Center across from Southern States in Harrodsburg. Again, it's Dr. Matthew Duggar Eye Care.
This is Goldie Goldsmith McNary, inviting you to join me each week for What's Happening Goldie, a talk show that features interesting people about interesting things. We'll learn how to stay healthy and keep fit, and we'll explore the world of entertainment. So join me for What's Happening Goldie.
What's Happening Goldie every Wednesday at 10:05 a.m. and Saturday at 8:30 a.m. on WHBN 1420 a.m. and 99.5 FM.
Saturday, we're gonna play Kentucky football. Kentucky, let's go! The Cats are hungry for another victory. They're ready to do some bird hunting. Tennessee Tech Golden Eagles and your Kentucky Wildcats.
The pregame show starts this Saturday at 11:30 with kickoff at 1:30.
It's all right here on your home for the Cats and the hits is WRNZ FM C105.
This WHBN weather forecast is a service of Morning Point of Danville, featuring a lantern, offering 2 levels of memory care for early and latter stages of Alzheimer's and dementia. Get all the info on Facebook at Morning Point of Danville.
Sunshine on our Saturday, 71 degrees a high. Fairly gusty winds at times as well, with 30-mile-per-hour wind gusts. Tonight, rain showers are likely, mostly cloudy, low of 48. Tomorrow, sunshine, a high of 60. Monday, sunshine, 57. And a chance of rain showers likely on Tuesday.
Welcome to Gardening with James. Learn how to start your own garden, grow your own food, and live a healthier lifestyle. Food can be a medicine for the body, or it can cause high blood pressure or other health issues by not eating right. This show is packed full of tips and information, as well as special guest interviews from around the country, and is designed to make gardening simple, fun, and frugal for the whole family. Call James with your questions and problems now at 734-4321. Now, let's go in the garden with your host, James Ross.
All right, here we go on another great Saturday. Weather's been pretty good the last couple of days. I've actually been able to get, rake some leaves because there's lots of leaves out there. I've driven past like different places, and you can't even see the grass at this point. I mean, I don't want to be that person to have to either take a riding mower over it or have to rake it or whatever it might be, because I've had my share, over the last couple of days with my son Apollos and Mike. We've been out doing some little stuff, trying to, get the leaves up, and we got several different projects. We got family services here in Danville. We had put bulbs in. We've already got the bulbs in. We've, have put everything that's supposed to go with that. You got 2 bags of mulch have to put on for that, in that project. And been to the McDowell house, finish up the leaves there. I stopped by yesterday and pulled the vinca up because they was really looking sad. So went ahead and got those up. Right now, we've probably got about 19 bags up there that we're going to have to get out of there somewhere along the line. So so it's been pretty busy, and got an announcement. Let's see here. Last day of the Christmas Bazaar, St. Andrew's Catholic Church. Lunch is from 11 to 2. That's 1025 Danville Road. It'll be going on until 4 o'clock today. So stop in. They got crafts and Christmas items also. So stop in and at St. Andrew's Catholic Church from 11 to 2. So be sure to stop by there and get the festivities going. Let's see here. What else is happening? I did get a message from, they call it Connect, and most people should have, here in Kentucky, should have the balance of your food stamps. So be sure to check your food stamp card so this way you can go get groceries, buy the foods that you need. And like I say, my thing is if it's on sale, buy it. Because like I said, I think it's only whatever you didn't get the first time, the balance came this time. So like I say, buy whatever you can. Meat is expensive. So, but like I say, Aldi's, they've got a $40 package. I think Walmart has a $40 package that's good for 10 people. They have, look out there. Oh, can't get the words out. Check out their web pages and see what they have. But they go anywhere from $40 to, I think, $45 or something like that if you're going to have 10 people over. If you're not going to have 10 people over, I would think about something else because it's only, a week or so, about another week or so before Thanksgiving. Like I say, go out and spend wisely. So this way you can enjoy, and as I said last week, family and friends are coming. Ask them to bring something, dessert or something special that they like to make or whatever it might be. So this way everybody can pitch in, and save a few dollars and still enjoy the day. Let's see here. I had talked to the folks down at Family Services again about their tiny houses that are going in probably won't happen until summer of next year, but they're going to have anywhere from 12 to 14 tiny houses that I'm assuming it's for if you're single, I think you'll qualify. If you're married without kids, you probably qualify. So looking forward to seeing that project, get started. They want a community garden, so we're going to put in a decent size one. Won't be nothing large, but we're going to use the horse troughs, the small ones, small silver ones, raise it up on some bricks, and get it together, and have those people who are going to be living there, have them pitch in. We'll make sure that that we have enough plants and different things, and try to help them grow their own food. because, we don't know when this food stamp shutdown will happen again. If it'll happen again, I'm hoping it don't. So we need to make sure that we're learning how to grow things that we like to eat and go out and buy the things that we can't grow. But that kind of brings me to Downville High School. Went up and I had a nice talk with the principal yesterday about a grant that they have, and I've been on this for probably about a year and a half or so. Every time I go up there, I ask them about the grant. Where's the grant? Where's the grant? Oh, we'll check on it. We'll check on it. We'll check on it. But yesterday, I was actually able to sit down and talk to the principal, and he said he hadn't heard of it, and I heard of it in 2015 or 16. So they're looking for that. And he said, well, what size greenhouse do you think? I said, well, you don't need a 40-footer. You just, if you can get a 20-foot, you still be able to grow, quite a bit of flowers and different things. I said, for me, it's job training. It's for a STEM program that you guys get put together. It's for teaching kids how to do things on their own, to help their families. So there's, lots of different reasons, I said, but for me, it's a job skill thing. I said, because everybody's not going to go to college, but if they can learn some skills in high school, by the time they get out of high school, they may be able to pick up some type of, part-time job, doing some landscaping, doing some other things, and be able to create that income as a youngster. Because when I was coming up, because back then, I was like everybody else. I'd go to school and I see, my friends, they'd have Converse, because that was what was popular back in that day. And I'd come home and I'd say, hey, Mom, I said, can you give me some Converse? She said, you got a job? I said, no, ma'am. She said, well, you won't be getting no Converse. So you better go ask Miss whatever her name is down the street, go door to door and ask people if they can, if there's something that you can do to raise enough money to get you those shoes, because I can't afford Converse. And I think Converse at that time was probably, maybe $25 or $30, because I worked too hard to be trying to keep up with the styles. So if you want it, you have to go earn it. So biggest day, I would go out and I start, finding little jobs and stuff. $5 here, $6 there, $4. I'm just kind of putting it away slowly but surely, and then I was able to do somebody's house, and I made $10. So now I'm up to about 20 something dollars. So I said, okay, well, that'll be enough to pay for the shoes, but then I won't have any money. So I kept going, and I waited until I got up to about, I think it was $50. I said, okay, well, I'll go out and I'll treat myself to a pair of Converse, and I think there was like $21 or something. I went up to the hub at that time, and sat down. My aunt, she worked up there, and she said, boy, what you doing up here? I said, I come to get me a pair of Converse. She said, boy, so what you been doing for the money? I said, I told her, what I've been doing, trying to work, trying to save up some money. She said, okay. So she fitted me for some shoes, and I said, well, I'll wear them home. And so she put the other ones in the bag. That was, in decent shape, wasn't terrible. But I wore them home, and I get in. My mother, she looked down. She said, boy, where'd you get those shoes at? I said, well, I bought them at Hub. Where'd you get the money? I said, well, you told me that you didn't have it, so you told me to go find a job, and I found several different jobs. I think I saved, once I got to $50, I went up there and I bought the shoes. She just kind of looked at me. She said, you really wanted them shoes, didn't you? I said, well, that's the only way I could get them. So I had to work for them, and these kids, nowadays, teaching banking in school would probably be a great idea, but I don't know a whole lot of schools that teach banking to get these kids ready for the real world. But if you can start teaching them at, say, 13, 14, 15 years old while they're still in high school, because now they've got, little debit cards for kids where you can load money onto their card, $20 here, $20 or $30, whatever it is you want, and then you can monitor how they spend their money. That would be a great idea because once they get to college, it's a whole new atmosphere. They need more money because of, the things that they have to do. But if you can get them going, in the, say, 9th, 10th grade, which I wish they'd have done that when I was in school, I would probably been a lot better off, but they didn't, so I had to learn the hard way. And but yeah, it would be really nice if they could teach banking in school, put more job skills in schools, like plumbing, electricians, any of those top 5 skills, landscaping. If they could put those in schools to help these kids, they'll be a lot better off by the time they graduate, because if they don't go to college, they'll have 3 years experience in whatever it might be. So that's just my 2 cents, because I don't see a whole lot of that nowadays where they're truly trying to teach the kids the things that they're going to have when they turn 16 or 17 years old, and they've got to make that decision on what they're going to do. That would help. Tell you what, let me get my break out the way. I'll be right back.
Hey there, it's your radio back again. Today we're going to play
Did You Know?
Fun facts on how radio can grow your business. That radio is the leading reach platform. Around 93% of us listen to the radio each week, which is higher than TV, PC use, smartphone use, and tablets. Did you know that people listen to me a lot? On average, about 12 hours a week. In fact, some say I'm irresistible. Did you know with radio you can target your dollars? It's the best way to reach millennials, Generation X, boomers, Hispanics, African Americans, men, women. Did you know that radio is growing in use? More and more people are streaming radio on their smartphones, tablets, and computers. And did you know 62% of shoppers are listening to the radio on average shopping? No other media comes close to that.
Did you know
that you can listen to AM radio at night? Who knew?
Promote your business to thousands of potential customers every week. To learn more, go online to advertisecentralkentucky.com. That's advertisecentralkentucky.com.
We're so excited. Nice weather's here, and we're going to wet our plants. Buddy Beaver here. Mulch to Go now has rock to go. Yes, we've been busy little beavers and expanded to add landscape, rock, sand, topsoil, compost, and more. We have a wide selection to choose from in both bulk and bags. Stop by Mulch to Go for your landscape needs, from pine nuggets, pine straw, cedar, cypress, and playground chips too.
Mulch to Go opens at 9 a.m. Monday through Saturday. Call 859-715-7575. They're located in Harrodsburg on the corner of 127 and Beaumont Avenue. Mulch to Go.
Mulch to Go.
This WHBN weather forecast is brought to you by Ransdell Funeral Chapel. Our goal is and always will be to provide the best value in funeral service available. Exceptional care from a trusted family name, Ransdell Funeral Chapel.
Sunshine on our Saturday, 71 degrees a high. Fairly gusty winds at times as well, with 30-mile-per-hour wind gusts. Tonight, rain showers are likely, mostly cloudy, low of 48. Tomorrow, sunshine, a high of 60. Monday, sunshine, 57. And a chance of rain showers likely on Tuesday.
Welcome back to Gardening with James. If you have questions, feel free to call the station or email spreadingcompost@gmail.com.
All right, we're back in the garden, and we've got Mr. Larry Sanders. Larry, there? Hello. Where'd you go, Larry? Or did I push the wrong button? Probably pushed the wrong. Oop, he hung up. Sorry about that, Larry. Give me a call back. All right. I pushed the wrong button, but what else is new? Let's see here. But yeah, like I said, so those things that schools should be doing, like I said, the basic skills that they're teaching them now there's nothing wrong with it. They need that. I think they should teach cursive writing. I think they should go back to the old school, trying to get all those skills in before they graduate, because that would help. Let's see. I was looking up, core cognitive and academic skills, critical thinking, problem solving, those kind of things. Then versatile writing, being able to clarify, the communication, being able to communicate with people, and, just the basic things, being kind, being nice, what you should be doing in order to help yourself. And because it's really important to be able to try to get these kids going now. Being a parent is tough. Especially if you got 5 or 6 of them, it's tough. If you got 2 or 3, it's tough. Because at newborn babies, Lord, you got to buy formula. You got to make sure that you're getting all those things together, because it's an education all by itself. It's kind of like going back to school, in baby terms, because they need diapers, they need attention. You got to figure out why they're crying. You got to figure out what it is that they want that they can't explain. There's a lot of different things that kids and young adults need to know ahead of time, because it's tough out there, and they need to learn a lot of this stuff before they graduate high school, because once they get into college, they get around a whole bunch of kids who have different views on different things, and like I say, your child needs to know what's right, what's wrong before they get into college, if that's where they go. It'd be kind of nice, so this way they can have a grasp on what's going on. And the other thing is, if instead of going, say, straight to a college, go to a school where there's job training or different programs. They've got all kinds of different programs out there where you can learn a skill before you get out there in the real world. So this way, because skills are important. Because if you want to work in retail, if you want to work as a plumber, if you want to work as a carpenter, if you want to work, in any of those top skills, there's programs out there. Or if you know of a company where they may, accept you as a trainee, all you got to do is go ask them. Say, look, I don't know a whole lot about, say, carpentry. I don't know a whole lot about plumbing or anything. And see how well I do, and and if it works out, you work yourself into a job. Because like I say, because after I got out the military, because I was a supply clerk, I wasn't nothing I couldn't do in supply, because I was kind of like radar, and I would in the military I would exchange different things for say they needed tires, I needed say lumber for a project that on somewhere on the base they needed that. I would trade this for that and work everything out. And then after I got out the military, I would just kind of burn out on warehouses, so I just didn't want to do that. So I got a job at U-Haul. I decided I was going to make that my future. So, but one thing I didn't know was that I was in San Francisco, and I didn't realize, because I was still kind of new to California, I didn't know what that responsibility was going to, do. So I take it on, Then I find that I've got to carry furniture upstairs, downstairs. The layout is totally different. You got to, carry stuff uphill. It was a lot of things that I had to learn right away, and but I stuck with it. for, I think 2 years. And then I went into the retail, started working at a Target. I worked as a clerk, cashier. I worked in where you ordered different things, so there was a lot of things that I added to my, as far as being able to work in different fields, and it worked out really well. And then, went from there to burglar alarms, working for ADT. And I didn't know nothing about burglar alarms, but the office was right up the street from where I lived at, so I figured that was pretty close, so I'll try that out. So I went into installing burglar alarms, went through like a 3-month training or whatever under somebody who had been doing it for a while, and that worked out really well. I loved it. It was, it was hectic. I'd have to drive, after I got on my own, I'd have to drive to all these different places, and they didn't have GPS yet, at that time. So it was tough, but I learned it. So let your kids get out there and learn all these skills that they can, so this way they can try to enjoy being responsible and doing the right thing. Time's up. I will talk to you folks later. Bye.
Thank you for listening to Gardening with James, Saturday mornings on WHBN 99.5 FM and Tuesdays and Thursdays garden tips on WHIR FM 103.9. If your needs have been met, share it with someone. It will come back tenfold.
Struck a motorcycle being driven by 52-year-old Jeremy Manns. Manns was killed in the crash, and Stevens now faces charges with DUI and vehicular homicide. And another man is facing charges for allegedly lighting a home on fire and threatening officers in Bourbon County. John Shannon has the details.
The incident began Tuesday afternoon when officers were called to a home on Meadowview Drive in Paris following a report of a man threatening to kill his mother. Once officers arrived on the scene, 39-year-old Justin Wade allegedly swung a sword at officers, barricaded himself inside the home's basement, and then lit the home on fire. Wade was taken into custody on charges of arson, wanton endangerment, terroristic threatening, and menacing. I'm John Shannon.
And the Transit Authority of Northern Kentucky is hosting a Stuff the Bus donation drive this weekend. It's happening today at the Remke store in Crescent Springs from 10 to 2. The Transit Authority is collecting non-perishable food, personal care items, and household products to help families in need this holiday season. And Santa will make an appearance as well. I'm Scott Hooper.
This is the Kentucky News Network. Make this Christmas unforgettable with Trans-Siberian Orchestra, live in concert, presenting the Ghosts of Christmas Eve, the best of TSO and more. A fusion of rock and classical with a heartwarming Christmas tale. December 10th, Rupp Arena. Reserve seats on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. Trans-Siberian Orchestra, live in concert.
Discover experiences that truly move you. Spectacular nature and authentic bluegrass music captivate you. Legendary horses and world-renowned bourbon wow you. Visit KentuckyTourism.com to find what moves you in our new Kentucky home.
And more. WHBN.
Hello, it's Dr. Matthew Duggar with Matthew Duggar Eye Care in Harrodsburg. Let me tell you about our affordable eyewear pricing. If you just need distance or near only glasses, we offer a frame, thinner lens, and non-glare coating for $119. We offer a frame, Zeiss Progressive no-line bifocal, and thinner lens with non-glare coating for $299. We want you to feel comfortable coming to our office to buy glasses. To schedule an eye exam with me, Dr. Matthew Duggar in Harrodsburg, call 859-605-2214.
WHBN Harrodsburg.
This is a Hometown Radio Network information update. Kentucky Attorney General Russell Coleman has filed a motion asking the Franklin County Circuit Court to overrule Governor Andy Beshear and make him sign a death warrant for Ralph Bays. Bays has been in prison for the last 30-plus years for killing 2 Powell County officers. In the Coleman motion, he says that a 15-year-old court order blocking the death penalty does not apply to Bays and that Beshear's interpretation of the law denies justice to the families affected. Next week, November 17th through 21st, is Crash Responder Safety Week, and you're reminded to slow down, move over, and stay alert to keep first responders safe. Kentucky's Slow Down, Move Over law was expanded in July of last year to protect not only first responders, but anyone in distress on the side of the road. The updated version of the law requires drivers lane or slow down when approaching a stationary vehicle displaying flashing lights or warning signals. I'm Joe Mathis. Here are the obituaries. Nancy Manning, age 84 of Harrodsburg, died Thursday. She was the widow of Donald Manning. No services are scheduled at this time. Ransdell Funeral Chapel is in charge of the arrangements. Faye Elizabeth White, age 90 of Harrodsburg, died last Wednesday. She was the widow of Herbert White. Visitation is Tuesday from 5 until 7 and Wednesday from 7 until the time of the service at 1 o'clock at Alexander and Royalty Funeral Home. And those today's obituaries on AM 1420 and 99.5 FM WHBN.
It's time now for What's Happening Goldie with Goldie Goldsmith McNary. What's Happening Goldie is brought to you by WHBN. And now, What's Happening Goldie?
Hello everyone, and welcome to today's show. Today we kick off our series celebrating the evolution of country music through the decades. We've curated a fantastic playlist featuring iconic country songs that have left an indelible mark on the genre. Kicking off our time travel through country history, we have the 1930s classic Blue Yodel No. 9, Standing on the Corner, by the father of country music, Jimmy Rogers. It was released in 1930.
Standing on the corner, I didn't mean no harm. Along come a police, he took me by the arm. It was down in Memphis, corner of Beale and Main. He says, big boy, you'll have to tell me your name. De-oodle-dee, hey-oodle-dee. I said you'll find my name on the tail of my shirt. I'm a Tennessee hustler, I don't have to wait. Listen, all you rounders, you better leave my women alone. 'Cause I'll take my special and run all you rounders home. De-oodle-dee, hey-oodle-dee. My good gal loves me, everybody knows. And she paid $100 cash just for me a suit of clothes. She come to the joint, a 44 in each hand. She said, stand aside, all you women and men, 'cause I'm looking for my man. De-oodle-dee, hey-oodle-dee.
We're
going to take a short break, but What's Happening Goldie will be right back. You're listening to WHBN The Rooster, 1420 AM and 99.5 FM.
Farmers National Bank invites you to flash your school spirit by offering you debit cards created especially for your school, including Boyle County High School, Bergen Independent School, Casey County High School, Center, Danville High School, Danville Christian Academy, Garrett County High School, Kentucky School for the Deaf, Lincoln County High School, and Mercer County High School. Farmers National Bank, your lifetime bank. Certain restrictions may apply. See your Farmers National Bank representative for complete details. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Attention football fans. If you like football, you're going to love the DQ Pigskin Report. Monday nights from 6 to 7 on WHBN and WHIR.
We interview the area high school football coaches of Danville, Boyle County, Garrett County, Lincoln County, Mercer County,
and Center College's Andy Fry and color analyst Jeff Picaro of UK.
It's the Pigskin Report Mondays from 6 o'clock until 7 live from the Harrodsburg Dairy Queen on 103.9 FM WHIR, 99.5 FM WHBN, and hometownlive.net.
You're listening to WHBN 1420 AM and 99.5 FM. And this is What's Happening, Goldie?
Fast forward to the 1940s, where Roy Acup's heartfelt rendition of Blue Eyes Crying in the Rain set the stage for future legends like Willie Nelson, who later made the song his own in 1975. Roy Acup recorded the song in 1943.
In the twilight glow I see her, blue eyes crying in the rain. As we kissed goodbye and parted, I knew we'd never meet again. Love is like a dying ember, only memories remain. Through the ages I'll remember blue eyes crying in the rain. Now my hair has turned to silver. All my life I've loved in vain. I can see her star in heaven, blue eyes crying in the rain. Someday when we meet up yonder, we'll stroll hand in hand again in a land that knows no parting, blue eyes crying in the rain.
We're going to take a short break, but What's Happening Goldie will be right back. You're listening to WHBN The Rooster, 1420 AM and 99.5 FM.
My name is Chase Harrington, and I'm from Nicholsville, Kentucky. I've been singing for about 7 years. When I got into performance, I came to Studio G. I've been learning how to look good on stage, how to bring out my voice more in the songs that I sing, how to get confidence. I hear an immense difference in my voice compared to when I started coming here.
Studio G is the performing arts place. To learn more, call 859-734-4394. Studio G. The G stands for growth.
The WHBN weather forecast is brought to you by your Ace Hardware of Harrodsburg and Outdoor Power and Rental. Visit Ace Hardware of Harrodsburg for their weekly and monthly specials. North College Street.
Sunshine on our Saturday, 71 degrees a high. Fairly gusty winds at times as well, with 30-mile-per-hour wind gusts. Tonight, rain showers are likely, mostly cloudy, low of 48. Tomorrow, sunshine, a high of 60. Monday, sunshine, 57. And a chance of rain showers likely on Tuesday.
You're listening to WHBN, 1420 AM and 99.5 FM. And this is What's Happening, Goldie?
Moving into the 1950s, we'll be grooving to the unmistakable sound of Johnny Cash and his timeless hit, I Walk the Line. It was released in 1956.
I keep a close watch on this heart of mine. I keep my eyes wide open all the time. I keep the ends out for the tie that binds. Because you're mine, I walk the line. I find it very, very easy to be true. I find myself alone when each day's through. Yes, I'll admit that I'm a fool for you. Because you're mine, I walk the line. As sure as night is dark and day is light, I keep you on my mind both day and night. And happiness I've known proves that it's right. Because you're mine, I walk the line. You've got a way to keep me on your side. You give me cause for love that I can't hide. For you I know I'd even try to turn the tide. Because you're mine, I walk the line. Close watch on this heart of mine. I keep my eyes wide open all the time. I keep the ends out for the tie that binds. Because you're mine, I walk the line.
What's Happening, Goldie will be back after this break. This is The Rooster, WHBN, 1420 AM and 99.5 FM.
Looking for something more from your personal checking account? Then one of our new Community Trust Advantage checking accounts might be right for you. Our Advantage checking accounts offer great features such as ID Protect, roadside assistance, cell phone protection, travel and leisure discounts, and shopping rewards, which makes it easier for you to save money on everyday purchases. Learn more at ctbi.com. Get more out of your checking. Open an account today. Our friendly, professional staff at one of our many branches will be happy to assist you.
Community Trust Bank. Building communities built on trust. Member FDIC. Terms and conditions apply.
Hear every play.
Ball's knocked loose. Picked up by Kentucky.
We're excited about this team.
Hear every hit.
All out blitz. Boom!
It's an exciting time.
Hear every touchdown.
He's throwing deep. He got it. Touchdown! 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 Kentucky!
Kentucky football.
We're ready to go.
On the UK Sports Network.
Z105, your home for the Cats and the hits, is WRNZ FM Z105. Go Cats!
You're listening to WHBN 1420 AM and 99.5 FM. And this is What's Happening, Goldie?
Though originally recorded by Patsy Cline in the 1960s, Crazy remains a classic, covered by numerous artists over the years. This song was written by Willie Nelson, but this is her 1961 release of Crazy.
Crazy, I'm crazy for feeling so lonely. I'm crazy, crazy for feeling so blue. I knew you'd love me as long as you wanted, and then someday you'd leave me for somebody new. Worry, why do I let myself worry? Wondering what in the world did I do? Oh, crazy for thinking that my love could hold you. I'm crazy for trying and crazy for crying, and I'm crazy for loving you. Crazy for thinking that my love could hold you. I'm crazy for trying and crazy for crying, and I'm crazy for loving you.
Well, that's a wrap. We sure hope you enjoyed today's show. We hope you join us again next week. Until then, I'm Goldie, and that's what's happening.
You've been listening to What's Happening, Goldie with Goldie Goldsmith Vigneri. What's Happening, Goldie is produced at Studio G by Goldsmith Vigneri Productions.
WHBN Harrodsburg.
Monday, hard to wake up, fill my coffee cup, I'm out the door, yeah, the freeway today is gonna make me late, and that's for sure. I'm running out of gas and out of time, never gonna make it there by 9, there's gotta be something more, gotta be more than this. I need a little less hard time, I need a little more bliss. I wanna take my chance listen up. Well, I could work my life away, but why? I got things to do before I die. There's gotta be something more, gotta be more than this. I need a little less hard time, I need a little more bliss. I'm gonna take my chances, taking a chance I might find what I'm looking for. There's gotta be something more. Some believe in destiny and some believe in fate. But I believe that happiness is something we create. You best believe that I'm not gonna wait, 'cause there's gotta be something more. I get home 7:30. The house is dirty, but it can wait. Yeah, 'cause right now I need some downtime, drink some red wine and celebrate. Yeah, Armageddon could be knocking at my door, but I ain't gonna answer, that's for sure. There's gotta be something more, gotta be more than this. I need a little less hard time, I need a little more bliss. I'm gonna take my chances, taking a chance I might find what I'm looking for. Gotta be something more. Got to be
And good morning to you. I'm Jason Wilder. Thanks for joining me this morning. By the way, there will not be a Breakfast with the Coaches show today. You got me for the 9 o'clock hour. So I'll play a little music for you, probably find something fun to talk about. I do have a couple of announcements for you. Let me get these pulled up here real quick. First of all, tomorrow at the Railroad House, they're having a wedding show and open house. It's Sunday, November 16th, tomorrow, as I said, from 12 to 4 p.m. Their address is 223 West Factory Street in Harrodsburg, and it's free to attend. If you want parking, you can park on the street or at the Fastenal lot across there on College Street. Also, today is the last day of the Christmas Bazaar at the St. Andrew's Catholic Church. They're having a lunch from 11 to 2. Their address is 1125 Danville Road in Harrodsburg. It'll last till 4 o'clock. There's lots of crafts and Christmas items, and it's a fundraiser, so you guys go out there and check it out. You might find something really cool, something amazing. You never know. Be something great to do on a Saturday and go to the wedding show on Sunday after church. By the way, get up and go to church. But if you don't, then tune in tomorrow from 7 a.m. to 1 p.m., and I'll be playing lots of church, religious, news programs, just a whole full schedule of things. Little gospel music thrown in there, here and there, news, weather, things like that. It'll be a good time for you. So if you can't make it out and go to church, just turn on your radio. Or you can listen to us on hometownlive.net. And there's a couple of the church services we restream so that you would be able to watch those as well. Kind of feel more like you're actually there in the service. So the 9 o'clock hour, we still will have your Sports Saturday report. We'll have your national news, your statewide, your local news, and all that combined. Some country music, and who knows what else. We'll see what we can do. Would like to say congratulations to Boyle County on Thursday night. They won their game easily over Wayne County. Danville, unfortunately, lost last night to Somerset, but those guys, they fought to the last second. My hat's off to them. They're a young team, too, so, you know, don't count out your Mercer County Titans. Next year, they're going to have a lot of those young boys that's got a little experience under their belt. You wait and see. They're going to have a really good team. In the meanwhile, we'll have basketball season starting up soon. Of course, we will have a basketball coaches breakfast show when the season starts up, because they have both the boys and the girls teams to talk about. And, of course, we'll be covering some of the games, broadcasting the play-by-play live. Mr. Gary True, and I believe Todd Davis will be assisting him with the color commentary. And probably one of us sitting here running the goals. That's the way we usually do it. So be sure to stick around for the 9 o'clock hour. I really would appreciate it. We just might find out something new.
This is WHBN Harrodsburg, The Rooster, broadcasting on AM 1420 and now FM 99.5. Now, the news.
NBC News Radio, I'm Scott Carr. Federal employees are returning to work now that the government shutdown is over. Reports say the White House has urged federal agencies to send paychecks as fast as possible to employees who've been working without pay. As airlines say, they're ready to shift back to full operations once they get clearance from the government. President Trump is pulling his support of a Republican lawmaker who for years has been considered ally, calling Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene of Georgia a ranting lunatic on social media Friday, claiming she's gone far left. This after Greene signed a discharge petition to force a vote to release files related to convicted sex trafficker Jeffrey Epstein. Greene says Trump is retaliating over the files. As we hear from Jim Forbes that President Trump is again pushing back against allegations he was close to the convicted sex offender.
Speaking to reporters Friday night, Trump said the whole thing is a Democratic hoax.
I will say this. If they had anything, they would have used it before the election.
He also called for Epstein's links to former President Bill Clinton, Larry Summers, J.P. Morgan, and others to be investigated. Trump insisted he hasn't thought about giving Epstein's accomplice, Ghislaine Maxwell, a pardon, saying, quote, "I don't rule it in or out." As Trump's name appeared in emails that were recently released connected to the current Epstein probe. I'm Jim Forbes.
About 24 people have been arrested after protests broke out at an ICE facility near Chicago. Reports say several police were injured during a clash outside the building on Friday. That complex in the village of Broadview's been ground zero for Chicago demonstrators since the Trump administration's immigration crackdown in the region. Somebody in Georgia's won the $980 million Mega Millions jackpot. The drawing last night held for the 9th largest jackpot in Mega Millions history. Scott Carr, NBC News Radio.
Christmas unforgettable with Trans-Siberian Orchestra, live in concert, presenting the Ghosts of Christmas Eve, the best of TSO and more. A fusion of rock and classical with a heartwarming Christmas tale. December 10th, Rupp Arena. Reserve seats on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. Trans-Siberian Orchestra, live in concert.
Discover experiences that truly move you. Spectacular nature and authentic bluegrass music captivate you. Legendary horses and world-renowned bourbon wow you. Visit KentuckyTourism.com in our new Kentucky home. A college football coach featured on the Netflix docuseries Last Chance U has died after being shot on Thursday. Police in Oakland say John Beam died Friday morning.
Unfortunately, Coach Beam passed away this morning from a gunshot wound that he sustained yesterday.
Oakland Police Chief Floyd Mitchell says Beam was shot on the Laney College campus and that a suspect, 27-year-old Cedric Irving Jr., has been arrested. Mitchell says Irving apparently knew Beam and believed the shooting was targeted.
In this case, I can just tell you that the individual that was arrested went specifically to the campus for a specific reason.
An investigation continues. Health officials in Oregon warn anyone who bought the By Heart Whole Nutrition infant formula should throw it away after 2 kids in Oregon and 23 children nationwide developed a botulism connected to the formula. It should no longer be on store shelves after a By Heart company recall. They caution to wash any surfaces the formula might have touched with hot soapy water. Well, New Year's Eve's still a month and a half away, but in Times Square, officials will unveil the new ball to ring in the coming new year. Scott Pringles in New York.
There's going to be a ball-raising ceremony Monday to show the public the 9th version of the ball since the Times Square's New Year's Eve celebration tradition began in 1907. This new ball has more than 5,200 Waterford crystals. It's nearly twice the amount of its predecessor. It also features circular crystals for the first time.
A new casino in Kern County, California is larger than Caesar's Palace in Las Vegas. There was a grand opening Thursday for the new Hard Rock Casino Tejon on the outskirts of Bakersfield. The $600 million property features a 6-story guitar-shaped tower. Later to come, an adjacent 400-room hotel and a concert venue. Scott Carr, NBC News Radio.
This is a Hometown Radio Network information update. Kentucky Attorney General Russell Coleman has filed a motion asking the Franklin County Circuit Court to overrule Governor Andy Beshear and make him sign a death warrant for Ralph Bays. Bays has been in prison for the last 30-plus years for killing 2 Powell County officers. In the Coleman motion, he says that a 15-year-old court order blocking the death penalty does not apply to Bays and that Beshear's interpretation of the law denies justice to the families affected. Next week, November 17th through 21st, is Crash Responder Safety Week, and you're reminded to slow down, move over, and stay alert to keep first responders safe. Kentucky's Slow Down, Move Over law expanded in July of last year to protect not only first responders, but anyone in distress on the side of the road. The updated version of the law requires drivers to move over a lane or slow down when approaching a stationary vehicle displaying flashing lights or warning signals. I'm Joe Mathis.
Tired of the typical dental dread? Step into Dr. Jennifer Nichols' office on North College Street, where every smile starts with comfort and care. Our friendly atmosphere and professional staff ensure you feel at ease from the moment you walk in. Experience a blend of gentleness and expertise that promises the best dental care for your family. Ready to transform your dental experience? Call us for an appointment at 734-5111. With Dr. Nichols, see just how different a dental visit can be.
Rising prices are everywhere, from gas pumps to the electric bill. Intercounty Energy understands these times are challenging. That is why we're doing all we can to keep your rates competitive and service reliable. We also have programs to provide options to help you manage your bill. To learn more about what we're doing for you, go to intercountyenergy.net, intercountyenergy.net, or togetherwesaveky.com. Togetherwesaveky.com. Intercounty Energy, a Touchstone Energy cooperative.
Hello, I'm Adam Hopkins, Security Officer at Farmers National Bank. Scammers send text messages to trick you into providing information like your debit card or passwords. This is called smishing. Don't click text messages, links, or call phone numbers you don't know. When in doubt, delete.
It's 9:07.
The WHBN weather forecast is brought to you by Harrodsburg's new food, snack, and drink convenience store, Harry's Market on Office Street. Now offering Hunt's Brothers Pizza. It's Harry's Market.
Good morning. I have your WHBN weather forecast. As soon as my computer cooperates with me, that is. In the meantime, while I'm waiting for that, I'll go over a couple of announcements. There is the Christmas Bazaar. Today's the last day of it, St. Andrew's Catholic Church, 1125 Danville Road. They're going to have a lunch from 11 to 2. They'll be there to 4 o'clock. Lots of crafts, a lot of Christmas items. Fundraiser, good thing to go do. Tomorrow, the Railroad House is having a wedding show and open house. Sunday, November 16th from 12 to 4. They're located at 223 West Factory Street. They're in Harrodsburg. And it's free to attend. So if you getting married or thinking about getting married, you need to go check that out. You can park on the street or across on College Street, the Fastenal parking lot. You can park there as well. They're expecting a pretty good turnout. Go over and check it out. The Railroad House. Okay, your weather forecast looks like it's going to be today, cloudy skies, high of 69. Tonight, showers early, then partly cloudy overnight with a low of 49. I'm expecting those showers about sundown. Sunday, looks like it's going to be mainly sunny with a high of 56. Sunday night, mostly clear sky, low near 30. Monday, sunny with a high near 55. Tuesday, 70% chance of rain showers with a high of 55. Wednesday, cloudy with a high of 63. Thursday, 70% chance of showers with a high of 64. And Friday, 75% chance of rain with a high of 61. So going to be a wet week next week. We're showing about 59 degrees out there this morning. So kind of a nice day. Get out, check things out. I'm Jason Wilder. Thanks for joining me this morning. There is no Breakfast with the Coaches show because the football season's over with and basketball season hasn't started yet. So keep that in mind. Got some music coming your way, and we'll have the Sports Saturday report. So stick with me right here on WHBN.
Thanks for listening to The Rooster, WHBN AM 1420, and now FM 99.5.
We're not strong enough to bend. We're not strong enough to say we can forgive. We're not brave enough to fall. Oh, and we're not big enough to risk it all. But love is, it's always been, it always will be. We may not be perfect, but love is. We can't trust what we can't see. We're not strong enough to fight when we feel weak. We can't resist another flame. We're not able to live above the blame. But love is, it's always been, it always will be. We may not be perfect, but love is. We may not be written anywhere close to the stars, but wherever we are, love is. It's always been, it always will be. Love may not be perfect. Oh, we may not be perfect, but love is. Love
At a rest stoplight in some sleepy town, an old truck pulled up with the windows down. That song from the past was playing full blast. And all at once I was 17, and my disappeared. I could almost see my Janie beside me, her bare feet up on the dash. And the boy I was stirred up inside me, tugging my heart and taking me back. Hey, yeah, yeah, that summer song, we cranked it up and sang out strong. Every night we danced till dawn and listened to it over and over. Hey, yeah, that summer song, we learned about love as we went along. Those glory days may be long gone, but this feeling still lives on in that summer song. That summer song. On the night of the day I got my first car, I grabbed my brand new keys and my old guitar. I picked up my girl. Man, I own the world. And the minute that we parked out on White Lake Road, there it was again on my radio, just in time, as her lips met mine. Oh, well, I can't help wondering where Janie is now. Is she still stealing hearts like she used to do? Maybe she's somewhere listening somehow, tuned in at this moment and feeling it too. Hey, yeah, yeah, that summer song, we cranked it up and sang out strong. Every night we danced till dawn and listened to it over and over. Hey, yeah, that summer song, we learned about love as we went along. Those glory days may be long gone, this feeling still lives on in that summer song. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Hey, yeah, yeah, that summer song, we cranked it up and sang out strong. Those glory days may be long gone, this feeling still lives on in that summer song. That summer song, in that summer song.
All day and all night, we're serving up classic country on AM 1420 and 99.5 FM.
Welcome to the weekend here at the Kentucky News Network. That means we got a lot of sports, right? I'm Scott Fitzgerald. Let's get you going in Lexington last night.
Garrison straight away, hands it to Owe. Bounce pass down low, turn, dunk, Diabate. Pretty bounce pass from Owe away from the defender.
Number 9, Kentucky dominating Eastern Illinois last night, rolling to a 99-52 win over the Panthers. Mo Diabate led the way with 20 points and 11 rebounds. Afterwards, he caught up with Great Goose Givens and admitted, yeah, they needed this one.
The game that we needed very bad, coming off a loss. We had practice the next day, and we talked about the things that we need to work on as a team, and defense was one of those things, and we told ourselves we're going to come out and try to be the best defensive team we can and hold them to as many stops and kills as we can, and we did it.
It's a big win now at 3-1. Kentucky heads to the Big Apple to take on Tom Izzo and Michigan State on Tuesday. Over to college football now in front of over 51,000 last night at L&N Stadium in Louisville. The Cards, down 1 with just 4:11 remaining.
For the lead. Ranvier's kick, no good. And that one you can put right on the shoulders of number 7, Miller Moss.
Former Frederick Douglass standout sophomore kicker Cooper Renvier missed that field goal after Miller Moss was sacked on third down. Louisville falls 20-19. Miller Moss threw for 212 yards and rushed for a score. Louisville hits the road next week to take on SMU. And horse racing, the fall meet continues at Churchill Downs today. Trainer Brendan Walsh is wrapping up a career year with 116 wins and more than $13.8 million in earnings. He's got a barn stacked with talent that includes Lush Lips. The Grade 1 star was on target for the November 28th Mrs. Revere. Today, though, it's the Grade 3 Chaluki Stakes. The 8-5 morning line favorite is Ragtime, trained by Hall of Famer Bill Mott and ridden by the great Junior Alvarado. I'm Scott Fitzgerald.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
Hometown Radio's Big Deals offer is out of this world. It's Cosmic Bowling. Experience bowling with an outer space-like atmosphere. Black lights, strobe lights, and pattern lights accent the hit music that beats over the speakers. The lights and music effects make it an out-of-the-world experience. It's all at Galaxy Bowling and Entertainment Center in Richmond. Go have a lot of family fun with our Big Deals Pizza, Pins, and Pepsi party. The party includes 2 hours of bowling, bowling shoes for up to 6 people, a large pizza, and a pitcher of soda. The retail value is up to $85. At Big Deals online store, get the Pizza, Pins, and Pepsi party for just $49. Yes, $49. What a deal. It's a big deal out of this world. Shop and save at Big Deals online store, hometownlive.net, hometownlive.net.
Shop local, buy local, save big deals.
Big deals at hometownlive.net.
Are you looking for a pharmacy that does more than just hand you a prescription in a paper bag? A pharmacist who knows you and your family members on a first-name basis? Thompson's Pharmacy is a family and locally owned independent pharmacy that provide exactly that every day. Thompson's Pharmacy will deliver, package your medicine, and to assist you more, they have a clinic available in the store. Open weekdays 9 till 7 and Saturdays 9 to noon. Thompson's Pharmacy in Harrodsburg, North College Street.
The Bread of Life Cafe in Casey County, Highway 127, proudly serves several all-you-can-eat buffets. Start out with the lunch buffet, $13.99. Thursday, after 4, seniors 55 and older can experience the buffet for $9.99. Friday after 4, swimming for the seafood buffet, $19.99. Saturday morning breakfast buffet, 7 till 10:30, $10.99. And Saturday after 4, make your way to the evening buffet for $14.99. Feed your tummy and your soul with a visit to the Bread of Life Cafe, 5 miles south of Liberty on Highway 127. Open till 8, Monday through Thursday night, Friday and Saturday till 9.
It's 9:21.
The WHBN weather forecast is brought to you by the Old Bus Station Restaurant, offering good old-fashioned home cooking. Open for breakfast at 6 weekdays and Saturday at 8. The Old Bus Station Restaurant on South Greenville Street in Harrodsburg.
Good morning. I have your WHBN weather forecast. Today, cloudy skies with a high of 69. Tonight, showers early, then partly cloudy overnight with a low around 49. Your chance of rain will be 60%. Sunday, mainly sunny with a high of 56. Sunday night, mostly clear sky, low near 30. Your week is going to be a wet one. Monday, sunny with a high of 55, but Tuesday, the rain comes in. You got a 70% chance of rain showers with a high of 55. Wednesday is going to be cloudy with a high of 63. Thursday, 70% chance of showers with a high of 64. Friday, 75% chance of rain with a high of 61. So I'm going to have some rain days next week. We're showing about 60 degrees out there right now. It's going to be 69. Should be a nice day to get out. A couple of announcements for you. We have a wedding show and open house at the Railroad House, located at 223 West Factory Street in Harrodsburg. That will be tomorrow from 12 to 4. It's free to attend. Go get you some ideas for your wedding. If you're going to get married or thinking about getting married, or you just want to plan out that dream wedding that most ladies like to do, this should help you out. They got parking on the street or at the Fastenal lot across on College Street. So parking shouldn't be a problem. Also, today is the last day of the Christmas Bazaar, St. Andrew's Catholic Church. They're going to have a lunch from 11 to 2. It's located at 1125 Danville Road. They'll be there until 4 o'clock. Lots of crafts and Christmas items. You can go up there and check them out. Probably have some little treats and things you can purchase. It's all for a good cause, fundraiser. So you guys get a chance to stop by there and help them out. We'll have statewide and local news for you at the bottom of the hour, so stick with me right here on WHBN.
Listen to us on your smart speaker. Ask to play WHBN, The Rooster.
Isn't it a gamble laying your heart out on the floor? Nothing short of a miracle when you find the one you're looking for. It's another kind of trouble trying to hang on to who you are, yeah. When all you want to do is lose yourself in someone else's arms. Isn't it a wonder that we got this far? Some people aren't lucky like us. Some people, they just give up. When the hard times fall, the thrill of it all is gone. It leaves you in a cloud of dust. It's sad to think that some won't find it, and others won't recognize it even when it comes. We're all at the mercy of the will of love. Some people, yeah, some people are lucky like us. Two lonely souls that just stumbled into fate. Look how much we've been given, babe, in spite of all of our mistakes. And I will never forget I've been blessed with the gift of loving you, yeah. And when the going ain't easy, babe, a little faith will pull us through. Thank God we have each other we can hang on to, yeah. Some people aren't lucky like us. Some people, they just give up. And when the hard times fall, the thrill of it all is gone. It leaves you in a cloud of dust. It's sad to think that some won't find it, and others won't recognize it even when it comes. We're all at the mercy of the will of love. Some people know, some people are lucky like us. To have someone you can laugh with, someone you can cry with, tell all your secrets to. To have someone who won't judge you, someone who just loves you, no matter what, they stand beside you. Some people are lucky like us. Some people, they just give up. When the hard times fall, the thrill of it all is gone. Leaves you in a cloud of dust. Sad and pain of someone never gonna find it, and they won't recognize it even when it comes. We're all at the mercy of the will of love. Some people, yeah, some people, yeah, some people are lucky like us. Oh yeah, some people are lucky like us.
Your great Central Kentucky, rich in history and tradition. Mercer County was one of the 9 original counties established by Virginia and was founded in 1786. Formed from roughly 250 square miles of Lincoln County, it was named after General Hugh Mercer, a soldier killed in the American Revolution. Settlement of historic Mercer County began 12 years earlier in 1774 by James Harrod, a Pennsylvania native. Although settlement was successful, work in the county didn't last long. American Indians living in the area were frightened by the sight of new people in their territory. Work in the newly founded county had to be suspended due to hostility between American Indians and the settlers. Religion also played a big role within Mercer County. A small village called Pleasant Hill became home to the Shakers. 200 years later, historic Mercer County boasts the first permanent settlement in Kentucky, Harrodsburg, named after the aforementioned James Harrod. The Hometown Radio Network is proud to serve our listeners in Central Kentucky. Thanks for listening.
We're so excited. Nice weather's here, and we're going to wet our plants. Buddy Beaver here. Mulch to Go now has rock to go. Yes, we've been busy little beavers and expanded to add landscape, rock, sand, topsoil, compost, and more. We have a wide selection to choose from in both bulk and bags. Stop by Mulch to Go for your landscape needs from pine nuggets, pine straw, cedar, cypress, and playground chips too.
Mulch to Go opens at 9 a.m. Monday through Saturday. Call 859-715-7575. They're located in Harrodsburg on the corner of 127 and Beaumont Avenue. Mulch to Go.
Mulch to Go.
Is your driveway ready for Old Man Winter? You depend on your driveway, especially in the winter months, to get in and out of your home. Mercer Stone specializes in quality stone for your driveway. Mercer Stone's special this month is dead grade or crushed stone, $1 off per ton. That's right, $1 off per ton. Mercer Stone is a supplier of all types of stone. Call them or visit them on Bergen Road in Harrodsburg. Don't forget, Mercer Stone special for the month, $1 off per ton, quality dead grade or crushed stone. At Mercer Stone, we will rock you.
Travis Laird has the story.
A bankruptcy judge in New York says he'll approve a $7.4 billion settlement with OxyContin maker Purdue Pharma, including more than $73 million for Kentucky. Attorney General Russell Coleman says it pushes the state's total opioid recovery above $1 billion. Under the agreement, the Sackler family loses control of Purdue and is barred from any role in opioid companies. Half of Kentucky's share will go to the state's Opioid Abatement Commission, with the rest flowing to cities and counties for treatment and prevention work. I'm Travis Laird.
A Hardin County man is in custody accused of physically abusing an infant. The local sheriff's office says Zachary Foster has been arrested in connection with an investigation that launched October 28th. Authorities received a report that a baby had been significantly injured. No additional details are available as yet. A former Kentucky judge is now facing charges. Jack Crumley has this story.
State Attorney General Russell Coleman has announced the indictment of former Oldham County Deputy Judge / Executive Joseph Ender for felony theft and official misconduct. Ender's accused of taking more than $10,000 in services for allegedly diverting equipment and employees from the Oldham County Road Department to perform work on his private property. Arraignment set for January. I'm Jack Crumley.
And a discharge petition tied to the Epstein files, sponsored by Kentucky Congressman Thomas Massey, is moving forward. The document has been signed by the necessary 218 members of the House of Representatives, forcing a vote on the legislation. The measure would require the U.S. Justice Department to release essentially all of the documents related to Epstein. House Speaker Mike Johnson says the bill will go to a vote next week. I'm Scott Hooper.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
Do you have an invention idea but don't know what to do next? Call InventHelp today. We have representatives nationwide who will explain the InventHelp process step by step. Over 10,000 patents have been secured through InventHelp's patent referral services. The InventHelp Databank includes thousands of companies who have agreed to review new ideas. We've been helping inventors since 1984. Let's help you next. Get started today.
Call us for free information at 1-800-558-5497. Again, 1-800-558-5497.
Discover experiences that truly move you. Spectacular nature and authentic bluegrass music captivate you. Legendary horses and world-renowned bourbon wow you. Visit KentuckyTourism.com to find what moves you in our new Kentucky home.
It's time for the news, all about your neighbors and probably about you. It's your local news, presented by
First Financial Bank.
Monday through Saturday.
This is a Hometown Radio Network information update. Kentucky Attorney General Russell Coleman has filed a motion asking the Franklin County Circuit Court to overrule Governor Andy Beshear and make him sign a death warrant for Ralph Bays. Bays has been in prison for the last 30-plus years for killing 2 Powell County officers. In the Coleman motion, he says that a 15-year-old court order blocking the death penalty does not apply to Bays and that Beshear's interpretation of the law denies justice to the families affected. Next week, November 17th through 21st, is Crash Responder Safety Week, and you're reminded to slow down, move over, and stay alert to keep first responders safe. Kentucky's Slow Down, Move Over law was expanded in July of last year to protect not only first responders, but anyone in distress on the side of the road. The updated version of the law requires drivers to move over a lane or slow down when approaching a stationary vehicle displaying flashing lights or warning signals. I'm Joe Mathis.
What does it mean to believe in something, to truly support and get behind it, to be committed and invested in making sure it succeeds and grows? At First Financial Bank, we go beyond banking, providing resources for dreams that matter and giving back to projects that make a difference. As our family grows, our commitment to serve the community grows with it. First Financial Bank, because together, we're better. First Financial Bank, member FDIC.
Located in Harrodsburg at the corner of College and Childs.
Here are the obituaries. Nancy Manning, age 84 of Harrodsburg, died Thursday. She was the widow of Donald Manning. No services are scheduled at this time. Ransdell Funeral Chapel is in charge of the arrangements. Faye Elizabeth White, age 90 of Harrodsburg, died last Wednesday. She was the widow of Herbert White. Visitation is Tuesday from 5 until 7 and Wednesday from 7 until the time of the service at 1 o'clock at Alexander and Royalty Funeral Home. And those today's obituaries on AM 1420 and 99.5 FM WHBN.
What does it mean to believe in something, to truly support and get behind it, to be committed and invested in making sure it succeeds and grows? At First Financial Bank, we go beyond banking, providing resources for dreams that matter and giving back to projects that make a difference. As our family grows, our commitment to serve the community grows with it. First Financial Bank, because together, we're better. First Financial Bank, member FDIC.
Located in Harrodsburg at the corner of College and Childs.
That's the news for today, presented by
First Financial Bank.
Childs and College in Harrodsburg.
WHBN Harrodsburg.
I was 6 years old, my brother was 10, when July day came a-running in. Seen a Ferris wheel at the edge of town, so of course we headed on down. Well, it took us an hour to walk that far, carrying our fortune in a mason jar. It was all pretty sad at Cheap County Fair, with a few old rides, but there was ponies there. Well, the ponies stunk and the air was still in that dusty circle behind the Ferris wheel. This old guy smelling a smoking rum swung me up and set me down on one. Well, I'd never rode a horse, but I'd seen it done. Cowboy movies made it look like fun. This old man whispered a few soft words. It was the best advice I ever heard. And sit tall in the saddle, hold your head up high. Keep your eyes fixed where the trail meets the sky. And live like you ain't afraid to die. And don't be scared, just enjoy your ride. I went up a kid with shaking hands, but I came down a full-grown man. It's like he'd cast some voodoo spell. Things were different for me now, I could tell. 'Cause whenever troubles came wandering in, his rhyme would pop in my head again. And somehow I rode through the needles and nails, brambles and thorns that life entails. And sit tall in the saddle, hold your head up high. Keep your eyes fixed where the trail meets the sky. And live like you ain't afraid to die. And don't be scared, just enjoy your ride. Well, I know someday farther down the road I'll come to the edge of the great unknown. There'll stand a black horse riderless, and I'll wonder if I'm ready for this. Well, I'll saddle him up and he'll switch his tail, and I'll tip my hat and bid farewell and lift my song into the air that I learned at that dusty fair. Sit tall in the saddle, hold your head up high. Keep your eyes fixed where the trail meets the sky. And live like you ain't afraid to die. And don't be scared, just enjoy your ride. Nah, don't be scared, just enjoy your ride.
Why do I choose the things I choose? Why do I always find some lame excuse? And why do I not realize what I could lose? Oh, I wish I knew the reason why. Why do you get that sad look on your face? And why do you pull away from my embrace? And why do you see all my faults and my mistakes? Oh, I wish you knew the reason why. Why do we treat each other like we do? It's like we never even tried. Why can't we get back to the love we knew? Oh, why, oh baby, why? Why do we have to play the same old games? And why do we run away from who's to blame? And can't we see to lose this love would be a shame? Oh, I wish we knew the reason why. Oh, I wish we knew the reason why.
Enjoy the country classics on WHBN, on AM 1420, and now on FM 99.5.
Welcome to the weekend here at the Kentucky News Network. That means we got a lot of sports, right? I'm Scott Fitzgerald. Let's get you going in Lexington last night.
Garrison straight away, hands it to Owe. Bounce pass down low, turn, dunk, Diabate. Pretty bounce pass from Owe, away from the defender.
Number 9, Kentucky dominating Eastern Illinois last night, rolling to a 99-52 win over the Panthers. Mo Diabate led the way with 20 points and 11 rebounds. Afterwards, he caught up with Grey Goose Gibbons and admitted, yeah, they needed this one.
The game that we needed very bad, coming off a loss. We had practice the next day, and we talked about the things that we need to work on as a team, and defense was one of those things. And we told ourselves we're going to come out and try to be the best defensive team we can and hold them to as many stops and kills as we can. And and we did it.
It's a big one now at 3-1. Kentucky heads to the Big Apple to take on Tom Izzo and Michigan State on Tuesday. Over to college football now in front of over 51,000 last night at L&N Stadium in Louisville. The Cards, down one with just 4:11 remaining.
For the lead. Ranvier's kick, no good. And that one you can put right on the shoulders of number 7, Miller Moss.
Former Frederick Douglass standout sophomore kicker Cooper Renvier missed that field goal after Miller Moss was sacked on third down. Louisville falls 20-19. Miller Moss threw for 212 yards and rushed for a score. Louisville hits the road next week to take on SMU. And horse racing, the fall meet continues at Churchill Downs today. Trainer Brendan Walsh is wrapping up a career year with 116 wins and more than $13.8 million in earnings. He's got a barn stacked with talent that includes Lush Lips. The Grade 1 star was on target for the November 28th Mrs. Revere. Today, though, it's the Grade 3 Chaluki Stakes. The 8-5 morning line favorite is Ragtime, trained by Hall of Famer Bill Mott and ridden by the great Junior Alvarado. I'm Scott Fitzgerald.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
Love gets better with B&L Jewelers.
One of the most trusted names in jewelry is B&L Jewelers. For years, we've been helping you and your neighbors say, I love you, happy anniversary, even here's something just because. At B&L Jewelers, you could trust us for everything from an elegant engagement diamond to that watch repair. Want custom jewelry and design? Trust us. Want repairs? Trust us. Want prices that compete with the chain stores? But with local hometown service, you can always trust B&L Jewelers. Why? Because the staff at B&L Jewelers truly knows jewelry. And it's time for us to get to know you. Tell you what, stop in for a free jewelry cleaning and inspection and say hello. Love gets better at B&L Jewelers, located in the Danville Manor Shopping Center.
Love gets better with B&L Jewelers.
The weather is changing, which means fall is here and winter is just around the corner. While the days are getting shorter, the businesses of Mercer County are working harder. They are working harder to provide a place for you and your family to enjoy this holiday season. Grab your family and enjoy a hike at Shaker Village. Head to Old Fort Heritage State Park and enjoy a historic tour. Or take a stroll in historic downtown Harrodsburg and enjoy shopping and dining. Regardless of where you spend your time this holiday season, we hope you spend it with the people dearest to you. This ad is paid for by the Harrodsburg-Mercer County Tourist Commission.
It's AK Auto Works for all your auto works.
50 years of honest care, AK Auto Works is always there. They'll pick you up, drop you off too, save you money while they do what they do. Now, let's meet the crew.
Gus Weaver. I'm the service writer, service manager up front. Doug Taylor, he's the lead mechanic. If you want it fixed honestly, fairly priced, place to come. In Harrodsburg.
It's AK Auto Works for all your auto works.
1611 Cornishville Road, Harrodsburg. Over the tracks and before the river. A good experience. AK Auto Works.
Tired of the typical dental dread? Step into Dr. Jennifer Nichols' office on North College Street, where every smile starts with comfort and care. Our friendly atmosphere and professional staff ensure you feel at ease from the moment you walk in. Experience a blend of gentleness and expertise that promises the best dental care for your family. Ready to transform your dental experience? Call us for an appointment at 734-5111. With Dr. Nichols, see just how different a dental visit can be.
Attention football fans, if you like football, you're going to love the DQ Pigskin Report. Monday nights from 6 to 7 on WHBN and WHIR.
We interview the area high school football coaches of Danville, Boyle County, Garrett County, Lincoln County, Mercer County,
and Centre College's Andy Fry and color analyst Jeff Picaro of UK.
It's the Pigskin Report Mondays from 6 o'clock until 7 live from the Harrodsburg Dairy Queen on 103.9 FM WHIR, 99.5 FM WHBN, and hometownlive.net.
It's 9:47.
The WHBN weather forecast is brought to you by Horn Home Supply, a trusted name for quality service and a fair price for over 40 years. See Matt Horn at Horn Home Supply in Harrodsburg, South College Street.
Good morning. I have your WHBN weather forecast. Today, cloudy skies with a high of 69. Tonight, showers early, then partly cloudy overnight, low of 49. Sunday will be mainly sunny with a high of 56. Sunday night, a mostly clear sky, low near 30. Your Your week shapes up like this. Monday, sunny with a high of 55. Tuesday, you got a 70% chance of rain with a high of 55. Wednesday, cloudy with a high of 63. Thursday, 70% chance of showers with a high of 64. And Friday, 75% chance of rain with a high of 61. Speaking of that, we're at 61 degrees right now. That's what we're showing at the station anyway. I have a couple of announcements for you. This is my last chance to get these on here. Now, if you're looking for something to do tomorrow, go to the Railroad House. They are having a wedding show and open house. You can go tomorrow from 12 to 4. They're located at 223 West Factory Street in Harrodsburg. It's free to attend. Looking for parking, you can park on the street or on the Fastenal lot across on College Street. Also, there is a Christmas bazaar. Today is the last day of it. St. Andrew's Catholic Church, 1125 Danville Road. They're having a lunch from 11 to 2. They'll be there until 4 o'clock. All kinds of crafts and Christmas items. Go find you some unique handmade stuff. Usually at those bazaars, they have some, like, brownies and cookies and stuff. I mean, I hope this one does. And you can go check that out as well. Be a good time. Stop by while you're out today and help them out. It's a good fundraiser for a good cause. Got some music coming your way. 10 o'clock hour, we will have the Personal Effects Show, followed by the Message of Grace. 11 o'clock hour, International Sunday School Lesson. So stick with us right here on WHBN.
When you're away from your radio, listen to WHBN online at hometownlive.net.
A mother riding on a city bus, and kids are yelling, kicking up a fuss. Everybody's staring, not knowing what she's going through. Somebody said, don't you even care? Do you let them do that everywhere? She slowly turned around, looked up and stared. She said, please forgive them, but they've been up all night. Their father struggled, but he finally lost his fight. He went to heaven in the middle of the night. So please forgive my children. They don't understand. Everybody's busy with their own situation. Everybody's lost in their own little world. Bottled up, hurried up, trying to make a dream come true. They don't understand. Everybody's living like there ain't no tomorrow. Maybe we should stop and take a little time, 'cause you never really know what your neighbor's going through. They don't understand. A man driving on the interstate, slowing down traffic, making everybody wait. And everybody's staring, not knowing what he's going through. Somebody honked from the passing lane, yelled out the window, I ain't got all day. The old man looked around and he caught his eye. He said, please forgive me, you know it's been a long life. My wife has passed away and my kids don't have the time. I've been left all alone and it's getting hard to drive. So please forgive me, children. They don't understand. Everybody's busy with their own situation. Everybody's lost in their own little world. Bottled up, hurried up, try to make a dream come true. They don't understand. Everybody's living like there ain't no tomorrow. Maybe we should stop and take a little time, 'cause you never really know what your neighbor's going through. They don't understand. A man hanging on a wooden cross, giving everything to save the lost. Everybody's staring, not knowing what he's going through. Somebody said you don't have a prayer. If you're a king, come on down from there. Ben just turned his head, looked up instead. He said, please forgive them, for they have not seen the light. They'll come to know me when I come back to life. Go to heaven to make everything alright. So please forgive your children. They don't understand. Everybody's busy with their own situation. Everybody's lost in their own little world. Bottled up, hurried up, trying to make a dream come true. They don't understand. Everybody's living like there ain't no tomorrow. Maybe we should stop and take a little time. Cause you never really know what your neighbor's going through. They don't understand. A mother riding on a city bus, and kids are yelling, kicking up a fuss. Everybody's staring, not knowing what she's going through.
Time I'll be out on the road every chance I can ride, no matter how far, no matter how free. I'll be alone if you'll wait for me. There'll be times when I'll rise. There'll be times when I'll fall. There'll be times when it's best to say nothing at all. Knowing you're right, letting it be. I'll be around if you'll wait for me. If you'll wait for me. And I'll fight for the right to
that mean the most to me. Like waking up with you this close to me. Watch the sunrise there in your eyes. Sleepy smile, tangled hair, morning love. Girl, I swear this is the life, the one we're living. These are the days that we've been given. This is the love, now and forever. And we only get one chance to live it right. This is the life. Life is funny, let's just laugh at it. Who knows what's coming after it? Our days are numbered, filled with wonder. Let's raise our glass to the years, make love last while we're here. Oh, this is the life, the one we're living. These are the days that we've been given. This is the love, now and forever.
This is WHBN Harrodsburg, The Rooster, broadcasting on AM 1420 and now FM 99.5. Now, the news.
NBC News Radio, I'm Scott Carr. Heavy rains expected in parts of Southern California this morning where millions are under a flood watch. The National Weather Service says rainfall at rates of an inch per hour is possible this morning in the LA area, where over 20 million are being warned of possible flash flooding, debris flows, and potential mudslides, especially in areas recently burned by wildfires. There's plans in the U.S. House to vote Tuesday on a measure that would force the Department of Justice to release all of the Epstein files. Many Republicans are expected to vote yes on the measure. If it passes, it'll go to the Senate, where it faces an uncertain future. Though if approved by both chambers, it'll go to the president's desk for his signature. President Trump has lately been calling the files connected to the convicted sex trafficker Jeffrey Epstein a Democrat hoax. New York State is holding off on a gas stove ban that was expected to start in January. Scott Pringle's in New York.
The implementation of the All-Electric Buildings Act is on hold because it's tied up in court following a challenge by groups in the construction industry. That's the decision the state has made. The law would ban gas stoves in new buildings up to 7 stories high starting in January, and then this would apply to all other new residential and commercial buildings a few years later. It's one of the moves the state has made to comply with its own mandate to drastically reduce fossil fuel emissions.
Republican Congresswoman from Georgia, Marjorie Taylor Greene, is saying the Trump administration is infuriating people by gaslighting them regarding the price of food and groceries, saying Friday the administration deserves some credit for lowering inflation and holding it steady, but adds that doesn't bring prices down. Greene says gaslighting the people and trying to tell them prices have come down is not helping. Somebody in Georgia's won the $980 million Mega Millions jackpot after last night's drawing for the 8th largest jackpot in Mega Millions history. Scott Carr, NBC News Radio.
Do you have an invention idea but don't know what to do next? Call InventHelp today. We have representatives nationwide who will explain the InventHelp process step by step. Over 10,000 patents have been secured through InventHelp's patent referral services. The InventHelp databank includes thousands of companies who have agreed to review new ideas. We've been helping inventors since 1984. Let's help you next. Get started today.
Call us for free information at 1-800-558-5497. Again, 1-800-558-5497.
Discover experiences that truly move you. Spectacular nature and authentic bluegrass music captivate you. Legendary horses and world-renowned bourbon wow you. Visit KentuckyTourism.com to find what moves you in our new Kentucky home.
A college football coach featured on the Netflix docuseries Last Chance U has died after being shot on Thursday. Police in Oakland, California say John Beam died Friday morning. He was shot on the Laney College campus. Following an overnight manhunt, a suspect was arrested in connection. 27-year-old Cedric Irving Jr. Police say Irving knew Beam and believe the shooting was a targeted incident. More arrests are being made in connection with an alleged mafia-backed multi-million-dollar illegal sports betting ring. Chris Carraggio has the latest.
Authorities in New Jersey announced the arrest of 14 more people. Joseph Little Joe Perna and other members of the Lucchese crime family are accused of running a nationwide network of bookmakers who used offshore websites to obtain $2 million in bets during a scheme that ran between 2022 and 2024. Authorities also say several college athletes operated sports books under Perna's direction. I'm Chris Carraggio.
Target stores say they'll be cutting prices on thousands of food, beverage, and essential items heading into the holiday season.
The price reductions started earlier this month and include items like Kraft Mac and Cheese, Gerber Kid Snacks, and Pillsbury Pie Crust. The retailer also said its Thanksgiving meal for four costs less than $20 this year. Among the items included in the meal are a Good and Gather premium basted young turkey up to 10 pounds, stovetop stuffing mix, and favorite day soft French bread. I'm Matt Mattinson.
Longtime frontman for the band Whitesnake, David Coverdale, says he's retiring.
The last few years has been very evident to me that it's time really for me to hang up my rock and roll platform shoes and my skin-tight jeans.
On Thursday, in a YouTube video, the 74-year-old thanks everyone who assisted him, as he puts it, on his incredible journey.
Once again, I love you with all my heart. Fare thee well.
Coverdale started his career in 1966 as the singer for Vintage 67. Scott Carr, NBC News Radio.
This is a Hometown Radio Network information update. Kentucky Attorney General Russell Coleman has filed a motion asking the Franklin County Circuit Court to overrule Governor Andy Beshear and make him sign a death warrant for Ralph Bays. Bays has been in prison for the last 30-plus years for killing two Powell County officers. In the Coleman motion, he says that a 15-year-old court order blocking the death penalty does not apply to Bays, and that Beshear's interpretation of the law denies justice to the families affected. Next week, November 17th through 21st, is Crash Responder Safety Week, and you're reminded to slow down, move over, and stay alert to keep first responders safe. Kentucky's Slow Down, Move Over law was expanded in July of last year to protect not only first responders, but anyone in distress on the side of the road. The updated version of the law requires drivers to move over a lane or slow down when approaching a stationary vehicle displaying flashing lights or warning signals. I'm Joe Mathis.
KSR, Kentucky Sports Radio, where you never know what you'll get.
There's hoops, there's shenanigans, there's rigmarole.
With Matt Jones.
Pay me!
All done for the love of sports.
We're an hour and a half into the show. Maybe we should talk about something having to do with sports.
Don't miss a minute of Kentucky Sports Radio.
I say that only I don't want people to get their hopes up.
Kentucky Sports Radio.
It's kind of funny.
Hey, this is Ryan Lemon. Join me and Matt for KSR 10 to noon on WHIR AM 1230.
Harrodsburg Tire and Automotive is a full-service auto center providing a wide range of tire and auto care services. They provide customers with tires of all brands and sizes. Harrodsburg Tire and Automotive can accommodate vehicles from small cars to dually trucks. They offer a lot of auto maintenance services, including brakes, front-end work, alignments, engine repairs, computer diagnostics, tune-ups, oil changes, and so much more. North College Street next to Napa. Give them a call, 734-4563, 734-4563 for Harrodsburg Tire.
My name is Casey Riggs. I'm from Rough River, Kentucky. I've sung all my life, started out in church, of course. From there, I sung any opportunity I could. I come to Studio G to develop my voice and, most importantly, confidence. I'm now part of a group called the Purple Vibes. We sing in local festivals, shows here at Studio G, and without Studio G, I wouldn't have that opportunity.
Studio G is the performing arts place. To learn more, call 859-734-4394. Studio G. The G stands for growth.
This is Steve Bertram. The Hometown Radio Network is your connection with local, state, and national sport. From daily sportscasts to live coverage of football, basketball, baseball, auto racing, and more, it's all on the Hometown Radio Network on WHIR FM and AM, WHBN FM and AM, Z105 WRNZ FM, and online at hometownlive.net. The Hometown Radio Network, your place to go for sports news and live broadcasts.
It's 10:07.
This WHBN weather forecast is a service of Morning Point in Danville, a state-of-the-art assisted living community giving our residents a better quality of life. Get all the info on Facebook at Morning Point of Danville.
Sunshine on our Saturday, 71 degrees a high. Fairly gusty winds at times as well, to 30-mile-per-hour wind gusts. Tonight, rain showers are likely, mostly cloudy, low of 48. Tomorrow, sunshine, a high of 60. Monday, sunshine, 57. And a chance of rain showers likely on Tuesday.
It's 56 degrees.
The Personal Effects Show, a program that encourages listeners to understand antiques, collectibles, and sometimes just plain junk. The Personal Effects Show airs each Saturday morning on WHBN FM 99.5 and AM 1420 after the 10 o'clock news with Jerry Sampson, your host, who interviews collectors, dealers, experts, and others. The Personal Effects Show is sponsored by the James Harrod Trust and J. Sampson Antiques and Books.
Hey everyone, and welcome to Personal Effects, the Antique Show. I'm Jerry Sampson, your host, and with me in the studio today is Jan Gentleman.
Hello, everybody.
Jan is always one of my favorite sidekicks to have come into the station with me today. We've got a great topic, a sugar chest, and that's going to be the topic of our discussion today, and it's going to be all about sugar, because we all love that sugar. That's the way those people did. They love that sugar. It was a big deal for them.
You know, I was thinking as I was driving here today that this is, the third, I guess, in a topic when we've talked about things that are pretty common that we all more or less take for granted these days, but that actually the trade of these items changed the world, influenced world history in major ways, dating from, in one case, with sugar, back about 5,000 years.
Yeah.
I mean, there's evidence of sugar being produced that far back, and there are any number of antiques, which none of us are going to get our hands on, that date back that far.
Yeah.
They're very simple. We wouldn't recognize them necessarily as such, but all the way up to what Jerry was talking about just a moment ago, the sugar chest, the beautiful sugar chest.
And of course, people don't realize that sugar was a very expensive commodity.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, you literally kept it under lock and key. And just like this book and other books and other magazines will show, these were, they were safekeeping boxes. They were boxes that were, they were a furniture type piece of goods. They had a lid, and you stored your sugar inside. You had maybe a drawer below it that you kept your sugar nippers. And nippers are important because, folks, there's a lot of implements that you encounter with sugar, and nippers are one of those implements. Now, let's tell a lot of people, Jane, I know you know, and I certainly know, that sugar did not come in granulated bags at the time.
No.
Sugar came in rock-hard cones, or loaves, as they called it. And often they were wrapped with a bright indigo-colored paper, and housewives would actually save the paper, and they would use it, and they would soak it in water, and they would leach out that blue dye, and that was very important to them. That was kind of an added bonus. But that wrapper protected that hard, and I mean it was rock hard, a piece of sugar.
If you've ever had a box of sugar for some reason get wet, it takes a hammer and a chisel.
It's like cement
to get some of it off of there.
And they would use these nippers, and think of like handheld ice tongs.
Like ice tongs.
Yeah, like the old time that you see the pinchers grab onto it. But they had blades, and they would slice, and you would take that, and you would chip away, or you'd nip away at it until you had big chunks, and then the housewife or the servant or the slave, they would take that and they would put it into a mortar and pestle, and then it would be ground up so that you could measure it and so that you could actually manipulate it. And I mean, that's how sugar started.
I saw a really beautiful box, I think it was Flemish or Swiss, that was made with the nippers actually attached inside the box.
I've seen that.
Yeah, and that way the little bits and pieces of sugar that came off, and you would get big chunks, but you would also get the real fine sugar, might be lost if you did it over a table or just out in the open, and so you could tap it out of the box then.
That's actually a very rare Kentucky form too.
Really?
That's actually called the sugar box, and they were like lever set, and you would kind of chop it, or you'd kind of pinch it, you'd hold it and pinch it and grasp it, and it kept that valuable sugar together. But sugar has always been very much at the top of everyone's list for a long time, because you just didn't obtain it. It was not easily obtainable.
No, not at all.
You would find things more like fruit or fruit sugars. You would find honey. But the beautiful crystal white sugar that you see today, Hey, you know what? That didn't come along for a long, long time.
Well, really not until, let me see, I'm looking at my notes. It was actually called white gold. And in the 1750s, there were 120 sugar refineries in England. But prior to that, sugar was primarily processed in Venice, of all places, because the greatest source of sugar up until the time that Columbus discovered the Americas, the greatest source of sugar was in India. And that's where most of it came from. And when it got into England, they started that it was so valuable, as I said, white gold, that it was taxed very, very highly. Yeah. And sugar traders, even with the taxes, were still vastly wealthy. But it says by 1815, the taxes amounted to 3 million pounds. That's how popular.
That's a lot.
That's a lot of money back in 1815.
That's a lot of money now.
Yeah, it would be. It would be. But then here's the turning point. In 1874, that tax was abolished by the English government, and for the first time ever, that kind of sugar was available to common people.
Wow.
Up until then, they used honey primarily, and after that, when the tax was taken away, they were able to afford sugar, and that's when a lot of the more common sugar implements that we see now came into being. You no longer had to lock up your sugar.
No, you did not have to. And the thing that we can't, we need to talk about too is, of course, the sugar trade was also, built on the back of slavery.
Exactly.
And I mean, that's why, a lot of slaves were imported into America. I don't think there was that much through here, but I would say the very deep South. And of course, when you look at places like Cuba, the
Dominican Republic,
the Honduran Islands, when you look at that, those were major. I mean,
Cuba.
Folks, you all talk about robber barons at the time. Ooh. Oh, these people had wealth that was beyond imagination.
Well, there were wars fought over the sugar trade.
Yeah, there was definitely wars that were fought over. Jenny, it's funny that you said about honey, because I think it was a month or two ago. I write so many in advance, it's hard for me to keep them track. But, there was some time ago that there was someone had sent me a question about a cake board, about a cookie board.
Uh-huh.
And I put that in the Mercer magazine that I write for every month. And, when I did some research on that, that was a really amazing thing. Of course, they were very German.
Are you talking about Springerly boards?
Yes. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And I mean, for folks, those of you who don't know what that is, I mean, it would be a carved decorative board that you would take a really thick, heavy, spicy dough. And I mean, these were not
usually anise flavor.
Yeah, these were not.
I make it every year.
Yeah, these were not. Bread. This was not the gingerbread that your grandmother fixed.
No.
This was rich with like Jane said, with anise, a licorice flavor. It would be full of cinnamon, clove, ginger. I mean, it would be very spicy. And of course, that was very expensive. But the one thing that they used, of course, was honey. And they used that honey, one, because white sugar, just was too horribly expensive. And two, the honey would revert to a crystalline stage and would become very firm. In fact, it would become, rock hard. And they would push that dough into the mold, and they would unmold it, and then they would bake it. And I thought, that was funny when you mentioned that. But yeah, sweet things, they are not easy to come by.
We've had a sweet tooth as a human race for thousands of years.
Yep.
Thousands of years.
And now to look at it, now it's in everything.
Yes.
And now so much of it is not, the more healthier, I mean, if you can call it that, the more healthier cane sugar, but now it's the high fructose corn syrup.
Right.
And, it's a vast difference from that. I mean, just a huge difference.
Well, did you realize that there was beet sugar?
Absolutely.
I mean, I sort of did, but I didn't realize how prevalent it became. There were wars fought between traders over who was going to sell beet sugar, who was going to sell cane sugar, and for a long time, I mean, there would be taxes, embargoes of trade, and the balance went back and forth. But then I think in the probably the 1800s, some of the big American sugar barons came into play.
Yeah.
Domino.
Yeah, Domino, and they're still going.
Hawaiian Islands, yeah.
I mean, Domino's still going.
McCahan in Baltimore was another one.
Not familiar with that one.
I wasn't either. The National Sugar Company.
I've heard of that. I've seen their stuff before.
Mm-hmm. And you remember that little silver-plated sugar box that I brought to show you one day?
I remember that.
Yeah. Little lidded. It said on it, "Pure Cuban Sugar."
And that was a status symbol.
Very much
that
so.
That was a big thing. That it come from Cuba. That I mean, hey, this is expensive stuff. This is not the cheaper stuff that would be manufactured here in America. This is stuff that's really expensive.
This is cane sugar, not beet sugar.
Yeah. But, cane sugar is something you don't see much anymore. Did you know, though, that the Coca-Colas that are manufactured and bottled in Mexico still use cane sugar?
No, I didn't know that.
And aficionados of Coca-Cola say that they can detect a difference.
I can tell the difference in different kinds of sugars.
Yep. And they say that very often that it actually tastes better. It tastes like the Coca-Cola they grew up with, because I think it was sometime in the late 1980s that everything started switching over to the corn syrup and
high fructose corn syrup. Yeah.
And it made a drastic change. But yep, stuff that's bottled in Mexico still contains a real cane sugar. Yeah, that's been pretty cool there.
Although I'm a Pepsi drinker, not a Coke drinker.
Yeah, I don't like Pepsi. In fact, actually, I don't drink any of them anymore. But, there is so much that's involving with sugar. I mean, there are so many implements. We mentioned already, the sugar chest, the sugar box. We mentioned, sugar nippers. Those are really big things. But, the Victorians, they went wild, as those pesky Victorians could always do. They just went wild with this.
As sexually repressed as they were, they had to go wild somewhere.
They had to do something.
The decorative arts.
Yep. and wild they did, because they just, they just excelled at it. But, there was a time that you did not see particularly a kitchen table that didn't have a big old sugar bowl on it. And, there are many kinds of sugar bowls. You can have sugar bowls that would be, they could be porcelain, they could be silver, they could be glass.
Figural.
They could be figural. But, they come in different sizes. You might have some that would be for, a lady's breakfast set that might be just a little bitty tiny, holding no more than, 2 or 3 tablespoons, if that much. Then you would have some that would be larger, that would be for maybe a dining room table. Then you'd have some that are called, like, the master sugar, much like a master salt. And we've talked about salt before, and a lot of you readers should know, or you listeners, you should know that a master salt is something that would be kept at the head of the table. Well, this is basically what that was. They were massively large sugar bowls. Often they had double handles and a secure lid, but they were just meant to sit on the table.
Sugar urns, practically.
Sugar urns. You see that a lot in really fine collections, particularly New England.
What about sugar scuttles?
I love those. They look like little coal scuttles.
So cute.
There used to be a lady down the street from me, Mary Alice Wash, and she had one that set up on a shelf, and as a kid I was just drawn to it, and she'd show it to me every once in a while.
Did it have a little scoop?
Yes.
Yes. Oh, I just was entranced when I saw.
Most of those you see a lot of really inexpensive copies that are out there, but some of them can be really expensive. But folks, it's just like a little coal scuttle, like a coal bucket actually.
But it's up on legs. I mean, and they're usually very ornate.
Yeah, it's usually up on legs, or it's up on a central pedestal or something like that.
Find a good picture to post.
When this comes up on ready to air, I'll put a picture up on Facebook of a sugar shuttle, and it's got this little cute little scoop that you would use. I mean, it was like something you'd scoop up like peat moss or something with. My grandfather had one in the greenhouse, and you would this little miniature size.
Yeah, it's very very tiny, and hangs on the little scuttle somewhere.
Yeah. And oftentimes you'd see these, and they would be maybe enameled inside. And some of them were even made in Japan, but I mean they were really neat. They were really a cool style. I mean, it's something you just didn't see a whole lot of.
I saw as I was doing my research, I saw you almost always would see a creamer and a sugar bowl matched together, and I did see some triplets. Sugar, creamer, and honey pot, the three of them together. But the shapes, I was fascinated. There was one that was shaped like Aladdin's lamps, which I want those. They're still up for auction. I may have to go back and bid on those.
Now, is the Aladdin's lamp, now, is that the sugar or is that the honey?
It was the creamer and sugar, But very elaborate. Big, eared handles on them.
I tell you, the ones that I love, and they're very popular anymore, are the ones that are actually shaped like a honey, like a beehive.
A little honey pot.
Those are you can see those anytime from the the 1850s on up until even the 1960s. But very collectible there.
Yeah, but that tells you how entranced we are with sugar of any kind, or with our coffee services.
Yeah, pretty
it all
much.
had to be an ornate
coffee and tea.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Jan, we're getting ready to come up on a break here in just a few minutes. You going to hang around with us?
I will. I've got a weird question for you after the break.
All right. I love weird questions. I get them every day. So, everyone, I want you to hang in there. Listen to our sponsors. Without them, we probably would not be here. So, be sure to listen to them. And today, we're talking all about sugar, and we're going to be back with you in just a few minutes. So, y'all hang in, and we'll be back in just a second.
In times of joy. In moments of grief. We are there. When the world looks for truth, broadcasters come through, even when all else fails. Today, with more ways than ever to experience the moments that transform our lives, Americans still choose broadcast radio and television more than all other media combined. And our web and social sites are among the most visited sites in our daily lives.
Once I bring you the video, do not go outdoors here in Ocean City right now.
When important moments happen, both big and small, we're the first informers to history. We are the local broadcasters of radio and television, reaching more people, touching more lives. Brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Hey there, it's your radio back again. Today we're going to play
Did You Know?
Fun facts on how radio can grow your business.
Did you know?
That radio is the leading reach platform. Around 93% of us listen to the radio each week, which is higher than TV, PC use, smartphone use, and tablets. Did you know that people listen to me a lot? On average, about 12 hours a week. In fact, some say I'm irresistible. Did you know with radio you can target your dollars? It's the best way to reach millennials, Generation X, boomers, Hispanics, African Americans, men, women. Did you know that radio is growing in use? More and more people are streaming radio on their smartphones, tablets, and computers. And did you know 62% of shoppers are listening to the radio an average of 14 minutes prior to shopping? No other media comes close to that.
Did you know?
That you can listen to AM radio at night? Who knew?
Promote your business to thousands of potential customers every week. To learn more, go online to advertisecentralkentucky.com. That's advertisecentralkentucky.com.
Most unhappy collectors collect things that they don't like because they hope that one day it'll be worth a lot of money. J. Sampson Antiques Books and Appraisals will let you know what you've got and really what it's worth. Don't worry about what someone else collects. Collect what you love, and one day if it's worth a lot of money, that's great. If not, you still have something that makes you happy. Visit J. Sampson Antiques Books and Appraisals next to Lawson's Jewelry in Main Street in Harrodsburg. They're open Monday through Saturday 10 to 5, Sunday 1:30 to 5, and closed on Wednesday. That's J. Sampson Antiques Books and Appraisals.
Get your copy of James Herd Trust, The Men of Mercer County today. The book is a compilation of stories about men who have lived in Mercer County, written by the people who loved them. The stories are rich in the history and heritage of the community and the people who have lived there. Available at J. Sampson's Antiques and Books, Beaumont Inn, and the Harrodsburg Herald, it sells for $35. Only 450 copies were printed, so get yours today before they're all gone.
This Saturday, we're going to play Kentucky football. Kentucky! Let's go! The Cats are hungry for another victory, and they're ready to do some bird hunting. Tennessee Tech Golden Eagles and your Kentucky Wildcats.
The pregame show starts this Saturday at 11:30 with kickoff at 1:30.
It's all right here on your home for the Cats, and the hits is WRNZ FM C105.
It's 10:26.
This WHBN weather forecast is brought to you by Ransdell Funeral Chapel. Our goal is, and always will be, to provide the best value in funeral service available. Exceptional care from a trusted family name, Ransdell Funeral Chapel.
Sunshine on our Saturday, 71 degrees a high. Fairly gusty winds at times as well, to 30-mile-per-hour wind gusts. Tonight, rain showers are likely, mostly cloudy, low of 48. Tomorrow, sunshine, a high of 60. Monday, sunshine, 57. And a chance of rain showers likely on Tuesday.
It's 63 degrees.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to Personal Effects. I'm here in the studio with Jay and Gentlemen, and we're talking all about sugar today. We're all into the sweet stuff today. So, okay, I'm really curious about the question you had, the odd question. So, what is it? Throw it at me.
Well, I got to looking at the ways of serving sugar.
Okay.
You know, sugar tongs.
Yeah, that's another big one.
Yeah, sugar shakers.
Got it.
And then I started looking at sugar spoons. Okay. And almost every single sugar spoon that was designated sugar spoon that I saw was either, the bowl of it was either leaf-shaped or shell-shaped. Now, what is that all about?
It could be. It goes back to an earlier style. Probably a lot of the things that you were looking at were probably a Victorian thing. And it was just a novelty. It was something that was...
So there's no functional reason for it?
Just purely decorative. Just purely decorative.
Well, they sure were pretty.
I've seen sugar tongs that have little chicken claws on the end.
Yeah, those are common.
Yeah. You see those a lot. You see I mean, just different things. But yeah, it really.
But I hardly ever saw a plain, just spoon-shaped bowl. They were almost always shell-shaped.
I have to say that.
And I did see a couple of shovels that were actually
you can see shovels, yeah.
shoveled.
And there are some absolutely incredible examples in this new Kentucky Collecting book. They have sugar shovels in them. I mean, they're just.
You're making me crazy.
Magnificent. Of course, they're in coin silver, but I don't think it really served a purpose. I think it was just purely decorative. Because at one time, if you imagine you're in Venice and someone has been to the islands and there's a really rare seashell, they would bring stuff like that back. And they would give it to their goldsmith or their jeweler, and they would have things crafted out of it.
That makes sense.
That probably is where that has come from.
That makes sense.
And
since sugar was so expensive, and when you served anything to add sugar to it was such a ritual
and a special occasion. I mean, it was something.
Yeah, you would want something very decorative.
All right, let me ask you a question. Do you know what a muffineer is?
I do not have a clue.
Well, you just mentioned it just a second ago. A muffineer is a sugar shaker. A muffineer is the more English approach to it, where we would say just a sugar shaker.
Now, the shapes that I saw were all pretty much pyramidal with holes piercing the top of them.
Yeah, they usually had some kind of a metal lid. A lot of times you'll see they could be tall and elongated, or they could be bulbous and kind of round shaped. But that was a sugar shaker
like
or
the
a
kind you
muffineer.
would see at a restaurant.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, the ones I'm thinking of were actually an elongated pyramid made out of. I saw several examples made out of porcelain, and they were pierced at the top. Maybe, they were four-sided, 4 holes, and they were meant to be. Clearly, you had to have granulated sugar.
Were they, just on the off chance, were they by Clarice Cliff? Were they English?
I don't know. I didn't pay any attention.
Because the reason I said that, they sound very Art Deco. And that was a style that Clarice Cliff did. That was very popular at the time.
That could be. I'm thinking about the decorative elements on them, yeah.
But basically, whether it's pyramid-shaped or round and bulbous or, tall and elongated like you'd see like in a restaurant, a muffineer or a sugar shaker was meant for more of a dessert service or more of a tea service. And in this case, you weren't using so much granulated sugar as powdered sugar.
Powdered sugar.
And that's what that was. You would have a muffin, hence the name.
Think elephant ears.
Yeah, you would think, if you've got a muffin, you would think muffin ears. So you would shake that onto your elephant ears or your scone or whatever it is that you're having. And, that was a muffin ear. And a lot of people don't realize that there was also, we've covered the sugar spoons. But sugar tongs are incredibly important. I mean, people really collect those.
Well, I even read something about that. Sugar cubes were perfected by a Moravian guy and patented in 1843. Before that, there were no sugar cubes.
There were no sugar cubes.
All that loaf thing.
And you know what? There's not many sugar cubes now either.
There's one of the Krogers here locally that special orders them for somebody. And whenever I go through there, I buy up a couple of boxes.
Because you don't see them. And I mean, and they're quite elegant, especially when they're wrapped. There was some restaurant, I can't remember where it was at. I think maybe even the Blue Boar over in Lexington umpteen years ago, and they had little sugar cubes
individually wrapped. Yeah, I remember those.
And they were wrapped up. But sometimes you can find them just unwrapped. I think Domino makes them.
Domino still makes them. That's where these are from.
Have you ever seen a sugar cube holder?
I don't think so.
Well, they're shaped just like a sugar cube, but they're long, they're rectangular, and they would just sit like dominoes lined up in that little holder. And then you would reach and you would take one. You would either unwrap it or you take the sugar tongs and you drop it into your coffee or tea. You can find those in sterling and silver plate.
Well, you know how I like to polish. Yeah. I'll be on the lookout for one of those.
You have to be looking for that. But yeah, sugar,
Well, if you drink Russian tea, you hold the sugar cube in your teeth and suck the tea through the sugar cube.
Yeah, and if anyone partakes of the curiously strong drink of absinthe, I mean that's that's a huge New Orleans or very French thing. And of course, absinthe was a liqueur that was distilled from wormwood, and I mean they called it the Green Fairy. If you've ever seen Baz Luhrmann's, the Moulin Rouge, or you read anything of that period, they talk about the Green Fairy. And here's why it was: because it started out this very pale chartreuse kind of color in the glass, and you had a special spoon, a very flat spoon with piercing on it that rested on the top of the glass, and you placed a sugar cube on top of that, on top of the spoon, and then you slowly dribbled a stream of water, and that water would go through and around that sugar and would drop into the absinthe down in the glass, and when it did, it would turn milky white. and that was the Green Fairy. Of course, it was just horribly alcoholic. I think it was just like 180 proof. I mean, that's why Toulouse-Lautrec and that's why they went crazy with it. But sugar was so important then. I mean, it was just involved in anything.
Part of that sugar ritual once again.
Yeah, and we mentioned earlier out there in the lobby when we're getting ready to come into here, juleps. I mean, where would the mint julep be? I mean, that's just a bourbon and water. But I mean, you've got to have the sugar or the sugar syrup, and I mean that's just part of the ritual.
What got us talking about that was in the book that Jerry mentioned earlier, there was a piece of furniture called a sugar server. And when I read the description of it underneath, it said it was for sugar storage and 4 jugs. And I looked at Jerry and went, jugs? And he said, bourbon jugs.
Yeah, they were whiskey.
Juleps, it's a julep server.
Yep, that's what that was. I mean, probably meant to be, placed on the, in a dining room, in a very, prominent place in the house. But yeah, folks, if you got a sugar chest, enjoy it, because most of us will not probably get to have one, but enjoy it, because if you've got a really good example, they can be thousands and thousands of dollars.
I was looking at some on the internet, and museum pieces, and just unbelievably beautiful.
Yeah, in fact, sugar was actually listed in the inventories. We were doing an inventory.
I've seen that, doing some of my.
I was peering over someone's shoulder while we were doing some a deed chain for the James Herod Trust, and they had listed this one household. They had listed 15,000 pounds of bacon. They had 10 barrels of corn, and then they had something else, and sugar was listed, and they had a
bedstead, 6 silver teaspoons,
and in this case,
sugar.
And sugar, and they had it listed that there was like 400 pounds of sugar. I mean, it was money in the bank. I mean, it was big stuff. And I guarantee you, those early people, I bet they had a sugar spoon or probably a sugar chest.
I'm sure they did.
I bet
they did. With a big old lock on it.
Yeah, a big lock on it. Can you imagine that our time on sugar has already run out?
No, it doesn't surprise me. Our time always goes so fast.
We have so much more we want to talk about with sugar, but we'll have to catch that another time. Jan, you come back and see us again?
I will. I
look forward to it each and every time. But, folks, I'm glad you all tuned in with me today. But I want to let you all know that if you need me, you know where to find me. I'm there at 107 South Main Street, historic Harrodsburg, right there on Main Street. Come by and see me at the store. If you need to make a phone call, call me. My number is 859-734-7829. Email's always good. Email me at jsampsonantiques@bellsouth.net. And, Facebook. I tell everyone about Facebook. I love Facebook. I use it a lot, as Jan will attest to.
Let me just interject something. Yes. Jerry will not answer his phone, but he will answer you if you contact him on Facebook.
Absolutely. That's very true. Sometimes I can't always get to the phone, but I'm usually always close to a computer for that. But, folks, I do appreciate you checking in with me today, and I hope you've enjoyed the show. So y'all take care, and until then, I'll see y'all next week.
The Personal Effects Show, a program that encourages listeners to understand antiques, collectibles, and sometimes just plain junk. The Personal Effects Show airs each Saturday morning on WHBN FM 99.5 and AM 1420 after the 10 o'clock news with Jerry Sampson, your host, who interviews collectors, dealers, experts, and others. The Personal Effects Show is sponsored by the James Herod Trust and J. Sampson Antiques and Books.
Welcome to the weekend here at the Kentucky News Network. That means we got a lot of sports, right? I'm Scott Fitzgerald. Let's get you going in Lexington last night.
Garrison straight away, hands it to Owe. Bounce pass down low, turn, dunk, Diabate. Pretty bounce pass from Owe, away from the defender.
Number 9, Kentucky dominating Eastern Illinois last night, rolling to a 99-52 win over the Panthers. Mo Diabate led the way with 20 points and 11 rebounds. Afterwards, he caught up with Grey Goose Givens and admitted, they needed this one.
The game that we needed very bad, coming off a loss. We had practice the next day, and we talked about the things that we need to work on as a team, and defense was one of those things, and we told ourselves we're going to come out and try to be the best defensive team we can and hold them to as many stops and kills as we can, and we did it.
It's a big one now at 3-1. Kentucky heads to the Big Apple to take on Tom Izzo and Michigan State on Tuesday. Over to college football now in front of over 51,000 last night at L&N Stadium in Louisville. The Cards, down 1 with just 4:11 remaining.
For the lead, Ranvier's kick, no good. And that one you can put right on the shoulders. of number 7, Miller Moss.
Former Frederick Douglass standout sophomore kicker Cooper Renvier missed that field goal after Miller Moss was sacked on third down. Louisville falls 20-19. Miller Moss threw for 212 yards and rushed for a score. Louisville hits the road next week to take on SMU. And horse racing, the fall meet continues at Churchill Downs today. Trainer Brendan Walsh is wrapping up a career year with 116 wins and more than $13.8 million in earnings. He's got a barn stacked with talent that includes Lush Lips. The Grade 1 star was on target for the November 28th Mrs. Revere. Today, though, it's the Grade 3 Chaluki Stakes. The 8-5 morning line favorite is Ragtime, trained by Hall of Famer Bill Mott and ridden by the great Junior Alvarado. I'm Scott Fitzgerald.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
WHBN Harrodsburg. Big deals.
1, 2, 3. Oh, hi. Jenny here. Just counting all the dollars I saved at my local Big Deals online store. What? You haven't saved yet? Get on it. You'll love the great selection of gift certificates at discount prices. They make great gifts, too. And you can shop right from your phone. Nothing satisfies like counting all those savings. Now let me get back to it. 6, 7, 8.
Go to hometownlive.net to shop and save at the Big Deals online store. You can also find links to download the free Big Deals Media app for your phone. Works on Apple and Android cells. Shop quickly and access all your mobile Big Deal certificates easily for redemption. You can also easily send a mobile certificate to someone else to use via email. Check it out and join the thousands that save with Big Deal certificates to local businesses.
Shop and save with Big Deals at hometownlive.net. That's hometownlive.net.
Are you looking to increase sales, get more customers, and grow your business? Hi, Don here, your small business marketing expert. If you run a business and haven't tried radio yet, here's what you need to know. Radio is everywhere. Weekly online radio consumption among listeners has grown from 12% in 2007 to 68% today. And not only does radio dominate the internet, in the car, radio destroys the competition. Radio accounted for 87% of all ad-supported in-car listening. People don't surf the net, watch TV, or read newspapers while driving. Also, if your budget is tight, don't worry. Radio is affordable. It beats the internet, TV, billboard, and all other media in ROI. Your dollars reach more people and work harder with radio. So are you ready to increase sales, get more customers, and grow your business? Call us today.
Promote your business to thousands of potential customers every week. To learn more, go online to advertisecentralkentucky.com. That's advertisecentralkentucky.com.
Hello, I'm Rich Newsom, Vice President and Loan Officer with Community Trust Bank. Community Trust Bank has been recognized as a top community bank SBA lender in Kentucky 14 consecutive years. We are here to help businessmen and women in Central Kentucky grow their businesses with the right loan to fit their specific needs. Stop by and see me today at our Harrodsburg office located at 570 Chestnut Street. Community Trust Bank, building communities built on trust. Member FDIC, equal housing lender, subject to credit approval.
It's time to make important decisions about your Medicare prescription drug coverage. The Kentucky State Health Insurance Assistance Program provides free, unbiased guidance in selecting a Medicare Part D or Medicare Advantage plan. If you have questions or need help, the Kentucky State Health Insurance Assistance Program can guide you through the enrollment period, which ends December 7th. More information is available about Kentucky SHIP or how you can volunteer at 1-877-293-7447. That's 1-877-293-7447.
Darling, I bought you a new vacuum cleaner from the WHBN swap shop. You know, you plug them in and they pick up dust and dirt.
Good, because I bought you a chainsaw from the swap shop. It cuts the dead trees out back.
Well, I bought you a new iron from the swap shop. Don't touch the hot side.
Hey, here's the new power drill from the swap shop. Honey, you hold the part that doesn't spin.
Well, here's the new washer from the swap shop. Be careful you don't fall in and get wet.
Listen to the swap shop Monday through Friday after the 3 o'clock news on FM 99.5 and AM 1420 WHBN.
WHBN Harrodsburg.
Rates of high blood pressure in children have almost doubled since 2000. A new study out of China found that in 2020, around 6% of children and adolescents had hypertension, putting them at risk for health problems down the line. One of the authors of the study says childhood obesity has played a significant role in the numbers, along with consuming high levels of sodium in processed foods. A medical expert is offering tips on lowering the chances of getting Alzheimer's disease. Sandra Darling, who specializes in preventative medicine at the Cleveland Clinic, recommends following the MIND diet, which consists of mainly plant-based foods, nuts, whole grains, and beans.
Some research based out of Rush University in Chicago found that when people were following the MIND diet, even moderate adherence lowered the risk of Alzheimer's compared to people that were not following the MIND diet. So that's good to know, because who can follow a diet perfectly?
November is Alzheimer's Awareness Month. Health Update, I'm Scott Pringle.
Paul Colthorpe's daughter Hillary crashed her car while texting and driving.
They found her phone. She was in the process of texting somebody, and then...
Her devastating injuries included severe brain damage.
Put it down. Don't let it tempt you. It'll wait. It's my message. Wait.
Keep your eyes on the road, Kentucky. Distracted driving wrecks lives. Brought to you by Team Kentucky and the Kentucky Office of Highway Safety.
Discover experiences that truly move you. Spectacular nature and authentic bluegrass music captivate you. Legendary horses and world-renowned bourbon wow you. Visit KentuckyTourism.com to find what moves you in our new Kentucky home.
The WHBN weather forecast is brought to you by your Ace Hardware of Harrodsburg and Outdoor Power and Rental. Visit Ace Hardware of Harrodsburg for their weekly and monthly specials. North College Street.
Sunshine on our Saturday, 71 degrees a high. Fairly gusty winds at times as well, to 30-mile-per-hour wind gusts. Tonight, rain showers are likely, mostly cloudy, low of 48. Tomorrow, sunshine, a high of 60. Monday, sunshine, 57. And a chance of rain showers likely on Tuesday.
It's 63 degrees.
WHBN Harrodsburg.
The following is a paid program.
Well, good morning again, and welcome again to the Message of Grace. We're glad to have you tune in each week. We have a lot of folks that listen to the program. I don't get many cards or letters, but I run into people everywhere I go. They'll say, "Oh, I hear you on the radio every week," and then people meet people, and they'll say, "Who are you?" And I tell them, they say, "Oh, you're the fellow that preaches on the radio." That's me, and it's always good to hear folks and meet folks that we listen. We share the Word of God with on the radio, and they listen to us each week, and I appreciate you. We want to continue a message we started on last week's broadcast from 1 Corinthians 15:20. If you'll turn there, we'll share some thoughts with you in just a minute. We do want to invite you to come be with us at Grace Church. We meet each Sunday morning at 11 o'clock for the singing of the old hymns of the faith and the fellowship of God's people, and for the preaching of God's free grace. We also meet on Wednesday nights at 7 o'clock for a time of prayer, and that's followed by verse-by-verse preaching from the Word of God. So you come and be with us, and we'll do our best to be a blessing to you. We used 1 Corinthians 15:20 as our text last week. We started a message entitled First Fruits of the Resurrection, and we used that verse of Scripture as our text. But now is Christ risen from the dead and become the first fruits of them that slept. We were talking last week about how death, there's a view of death that's unaccepted among most religious people. They seem to be distressed by it, but death is a time of peace. It's a time of rest to those who have been taken by the hand of God. The stench and the rottenness of death are no cause for alarm among the saints of God. That dead seed of flesh has become a living ear of life in the hands of God. Today we want to go on. Another point I want to make about this text is that there's a vital connection between his resurrection and our resurrection. He says, now is Christ risen from the dead and become the first fruits of them that slept. This is to be anticipated by those saints who are to depart this body. He says, them that slept. them that slept. You know, people are happy who die in Christ. For when he comes again, in his victorious return, when he comes to overthrow Satan and destroy this world and everything in it, those people are going to come with him. I tell you, it's a happy thing to die in Christ. I'm getting to be an old man, and I'm closer to death than I ever have been, and I'm not a bit afraid of death. I'm just thankful to God that be resting in Christ and knowing that when he comes to take me, it'll be a good thing. Those people who die in Christ are a happy people because they're gonna come with him in his great army. The Lord Jesus Christ is the blessed first fruit of God's glorious revelation of the fact that he is the King. He is the Almighty God. Our God's Almighty. You know, I think sometimes people are foolish about prayer. They pray as if God might or might not be able to resolve their problems. The truth of the matter is there's nothing God can't do except that which is contrary to his nature. And if we pray in his will, then everything we pray for, God's going to answer it. He may not give you what you ask for, because what you ask for may not be the best for you, but he's going to answer your prayers because he's the Almighty God. The Lord Jesus Christ was the first to rise from the dead in the order of time. Now, there's some men in the Old Testament, Elijah and Enoch, who God took from this world without dying. Not many folks experience that. They're the only two that we know of. And yet the Lord Jesus Christ was the first man to give up the ghost, and he's the first one to take up the ghost. All other examples in the Scripture were men or women who may have been raised up, but they later died again. You know, the Lord Jesus raised up Lazarus. He wept at Lazarus' tomb, and a lot of people think he wept because Lazarus died. I think he wept because he knew he was going to raise him again. He's going to have to die again. But there's coming a day when he'll raise, and he'll never ever taste death again after that. Enoch and Elijah never died. They were taken of God. They were men who walked so close with God that he just took them from this world. The Lord Jesus Christ is also the first to come in the point of causes. That victory that he experienced on the cross leads to the victory at the tomb. He conquered death. He came out of that tomb because he conquered death at the cross. He is the death of death, and he is the destruction of the grave, and it's become just an empty place. We take folks and we bury them out at the cemetery. People grieve and mourn over the bodies. I want you to know something, that if you bury a relative or a friend or a family member out there and they know Christ, the person you knew is not there. The house they lived in may be buried there, crumbling beneath the woes and wiles of time, but the person who lived in that house is with the Lord Jesus Christ. And what a blessed hope that is. He came to give us this victory. He was the death of death, and he destroyed the grave by his life. He's also first in the point of a pledge. He pledged to raise again, and he did. And he pledged to raise those who die in him, and he will. He is the firstborn among many brethren. There are many, many. I don't know how many people God chose in Christ. I don't know how many the Lord Jesus redeemed. But however many there are, he redeemed them all. And he'll give them all life. And they'll all live again forever. What a glorious thought. He's pledged to raise them again. because he's the firstborn among many brethren. And then Christ is also the appointed representative of his elect people. You know, when Christ was waved before God, all of the elect were accepted. When the resurrected Christ came forth from the grave and spoke with his disciples for a few days, and then he went up into heaven, and they were watching him go, and they were wondering where he was, and the angel said, "Why are you wasting time looking in the sky? Why don't you get busy doing what he told you to do?" You see, when he went into heaven, there was no examination, there was no evaluation, there was no criticism. He was just received of God. And when he was received of God, every person that he died for was received in him. We sit in heavenly places in Christ Jesus even while we're in this world. We're sitting down here in this old world, breathing this polluted air and eating this bad food and living tough lives and thinking things are so bad and getting worse every day. But the truth of the matter is that we sit in heavenly places in Christ. We need to never to doubt his coming, because he's coming to restore our spirits and put them in a new body just like his. We're going to be glorified just like he's glorified, and a day of rejoicing that will be. But now is Christ risen from the dead and become the first fruit of them that slept. All right, let's look at another thing here. Let's think about the influence of this truth of his resurrection upon our spirits. You know, we need to look well to the holiness of our being. In 1 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 19, Paul wrote this, "What? Know ye not that your body is the temple of the Holy Ghost, which is in you, which you have of God, and you're not your own? For you are bought with a price, therefore glorify God in your body and in your spirit, which are God's." Now, people talk about holiness, and they always talk about things they do. But holiness is a negative attribute. It is righteousness is the opposite of holiness. It is what God does to be right, and holiness is what God does to not be sinful. He's absolutely holy, and he makes his people holy, not by what they do, but by an imputation of his mercy and his grace. We must avoid and we must shun the carnal cravings of our natural being. I was talking to someone the other day, and they were talking about a problem they have, and I said, "Well, you ought to stop that." They said, "Well, I just can't. I just can't help it. I've just got to have this substance that they didn't need." And I said, "Well, if you believe that, then you're in trouble. Because God Almighty will deliver you from the bondage of alcohol or food or drugs or immorality or whatever, because he's the mighty God who intends to create a holy people, and he'll do that. In this glorious light, the Holy Spirit enables us to escape from sin. Let me ask you a question. Are you among those for whom Christ stood as the first fruits of holiness? Are you? How blessed are those who were raised first and robed in his perfect merit and righteousness. Revelation 20 verse 6 says, "Blessed and holy is he that hath part in the first resurrection. On such the second death hath no power, and they shall be priests of God and of Christ, and shall reign with him 1,000 years. 1,000 years is a long reign. Never been a man that reigned for 1,000 years. Never really been a man that reigned for 100 years. But those received in Christ shall reign with him for eternity's long day. The ungodly, on the other hand, must wait for a resurrection not of life, but of justice. It tells us in Jeremiah 2:20, for of old time I have broken thy yoke and burst thy bands, and thou said, I will not transgress, when upon every high hill and under every given tree thou wanderest, playing the harlot. The children of Israel, the reason Moses went up on Mount Sinai to talk to God was the children of Israel told him, said, you go up there and find out what he wants us to do and we'll do it. What foolishness. What foolishness. Nobody's ever been received of God because of what they do. You're either received in the Lord Jesus Christ or you're not received. He's the only vessel of mercy. The King of glory shall ascend to his judgment seat and will bring to pass absolute justice. There will be the final separation of the redeemed from the corrupted, and it'll happen in the last day. The redeemed are claimed in Christ's perfect atonement, and the lost are condemned and cast out forever. Matthew 25:41 says, then shall he say unto them on the left hand, depart from me, you cursed, into everlasting fire prepared for the devil and his angels. Christ is all my salvation. He's all my desire. He's all my hope. What's your hope? What's your hope? Our time is gone for today. Come be with us at Grace Church tomorrow. Until next week, we bid you goodbye and God's blessings.
WHBN Harrodsburg.
Your community voice since 1955. The Rooster. WHBN Harrodsburg. AM 1420 and on FM at 99.5.
NBC News Radio, I'm Scott Carr. The House plans to vote Tuesday on a measure that would force the Department of Justice to release all of the Epstein files. Several Republicans are expected to vote yes on the measure. If it passes, it'll go to the Senate, where it faces an uncertain future. But if both chambers approve it, it'll go to the president's desk for his signature. Jim Forbes has the latest.
Speaking to reporters Friday night, Trump said the whole thing is a Democratic hoax.
I will say this. If they had anything, they would have used it before the election. Okay? I can't tell you what they put in since the election. But if they had anything, you don't think they would have used it before the election?
He also called for Epstein's links to former President Bill Clinton, Larry Summers, J.P. Morgan, and others to be investigated. Trump insists that he hasn't thought about giving Epstein's accomplice, Ghislaine Maxwell, a pardon, saying, quote, I don't rule it in or out. This comes as Trump's name appeared in emails that were recently released connected to the current Epstein probe. I'm Jim Forbes.
As Republican Congresswoman from Georgia, Marjorie Taylor Greene, says the Trump administration is infuriating people by gaslighting them regarding the price of groceries, saying Friday the administration does deserve credit for lowering inflation, but adds that doesn't bring prices down, and says gaslighting the people and trying to tell them prices have come down is not helping. Southern California is being hit with heavy rain today, and millions are under flood watches. The National Weather Service says rainfall at rates of an inch per hour is possible in the L.A. area. More than 20 million people are being warned of possible flash flooding, debris flows, and potential mudslides. In Salt Lake City, an early morning explosion has knocked out power to a section of the city's downtown. Officials say fire crews responded to a possible underground electrical fire on the city's main street. The public's being advised to avoid the area. Scott Carr, NBC News Radio.
Now you can fly anywhere in the world and pay discount prices on your airline tickets. Book a flight today to London, Paris, Madrid, or anywhere else you want to go. And pay a lot less guaranteed. Call the International Travel Department right now at Low Cost Airlines.
800-648-9174. 800-648-9174.
That's 800-648-9174.
John Michael Montgomery, The Road Home, his final concert. Don't miss his final show ever in his hometown of Lexington, Kentucky, with special guests Montgomery Gentry featuring Eddie Montgomery, Travis Denning, and Walker Montgomery. Friday, December 12th, Rupp Arena. On sale now at Ticketmaster. John Michael Montgomery, The Road Home, the concert event of the year.
The Trump administration is appealing a federal judge's ruling in Portland that keeps National Guard troops from being used for law enforcement in the city. Judge Karen Immergut says protests were not preventing federal agents from carrying out immigration laws, and that facts on the ground showed demonstrations at the ICE facility peaking in June and then declining. Immigration arrests are on the rise in San Diego, and as Jack Cronin reports, including some people who have been in the U.S. for many years.
Attorneys say more people are being deported, including some directly after they finish immigration hearings. NBC7 says this includes people who have visas that have expired. The immigration attorneys say some people who are not given citizenship, a green card, or an extended visa